tensions are higher, the lights brighter.
Turn on Friday night.
Tonight, it's Logan County at South Warren.
It's the Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week. Also brought to you by the Blowout Co., Edmonton State Bank, NCTC powered by Warren RECC, Aqualand Pool and Spa, Toyota of Bowling Green, Morgantown Bank and Trust, and Will Coker, your State Farm agent in Bowling Green.
Let's go!
Friday Night Lights.
Logan County at South Warren on the Seven Mountains Sports Network.
Now, down to the field with Ryan Murphy and Big Hamp.
Well, it was a cold night here at South Warren High School. The breeze has set in, night has fallen as the Spartans look to put an exclamation point on a perfect regular season. Logan County visiting from just down the road, looking to play spoiler here this afternoon in the final game of the Kentucky High School football regular season here on your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week on the Seven Mountain Sports Network. We appreciate you all for tuning in all season long. It's been such an exciting time being able to bring you all the action so far, and we'll look forward to continuing that coverage into the playoffs. But for now, we'll bring you the coverage tonight from right here at South Warren High School. And before we get started with our countdown to kickoff show, our very own Big Hamp sat down with Brandon Smith, head coach of the South Warren Spartans, ahead of today's matchup earlier this week. Here's that exclusive sit-down with head coach Brandon Smith.
Welcome to the Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week here on Seven Mountain Sports Network. I'm Big Hamp, and I'm joined with you today with my man, the coach of the South Warren Spartans, the man, the myth, the living, breathing legend, Coach Brandon Smith. How you doing, Coach?
Doing good, especially after that intro.
Man, much deserving, man. I'm so glad that you joined us again for another week, man. Let me ask you a few more questions, hopefully not repeating myself.
Yeah. It's good to be back, yeah.
Man, really appreciate you. Man, I'm going to jump right in it on you, man. First of all, congratulations on another great win, sealing up that District 6, or Class 6, 6A, district championship, man. Congratulations on that. You all have won it in 3A, 4A, 5A, now 6A. How do you look at this milestone right here? I know for me, I call it a class act.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's one, from perspective of in the present, that's the first step is to get that district wrapped up, win the district, and that guarantees us the first two rounds at home, and then after that it goes into RPI. But from a historic perspective, I actually hadn't thought about that until you said it, but we have won it in 3A, 4A, 5A, and 6A, and it's been a long journey, and it's been it hadn't been easy. There's definitely been bumps in the road, but the program has, and there's a lot of people that's been involved now in the past that have helped, the growth of this program to be able to accomplish things like that over an extended period of time in multiple classes.
Oh yeah. A lot of people, like you said, involved, and a lot of bumps and bruises, a lot of humps and curves and everything like that. And speaking of which, during the heart attack is what I'm going to call it, the first quarter of last week's game had me on edge a little bit. So I want to know, how did you get your team to rally and not just hang their heads after the penalties, after the score on them real quick, and not just fold over and just give up and just say, you know what, whatever. How did you get them to respond?
Well, it's one of those things where, I told them all week in practice that it was going to be different than the previous two teams that they were going to expect to win. And the other teams were just, they're having, bad seasons, and I've been in that situation where you're just ready for the year to be over with, and Davies County wasn't in that boat, and you try to explain that, and it's one thing when coach is saying, it's another thing when you go out there and say, oh, all right, these guys are really playing, and so I think it was just a matter of taking a deep breath, calming down, checking my fundamentals, my technique, making good decisions, and just kind of not panicking and getting our feet underneath us, and kind of locking in there.
Oh, yeah. I tell you, I was panicking, and I had to take a pause and breathe for a minute. I know Ryan and Matthew both looked at me and said, hey, look, it's okay, Hamp. Calm down. This is South Warren. We're good. But with that, man, and everything going on, I noticed that you tend to sub in Page and Bell. kind of like how running backs are done. Is that done intentionally the way that, you would do running backs, or is it just a situation of, okay, well, let's just give him a break because he's, one player is not doing so hot right now. Let's sub it in, because you do have the liberty of having two great quarterbacks right now that you can sub in like that.
Yeah, that's a good question. And that's really kind of something that we've done here in the past, and I've stole from a lot of coaches smarter than me. One of them is Mark Perry, who was in high school, Kentucky high school football. Most notably Lexington Catholic, and now he's at the University of Kentucky. But he did it every single year. He would take his number 2 quarterback, and they would get a series every single game, no matter who they were playing. And so we've kind of taken that philosophy and adapted it. And Chase takes the third series of every game, and then we kind of move from there, kind of depending on the flow of the game after that. But those guys have done a great job with it. They both of them got a lot better from where we started. Collectively as a whole, I always kind of look at completion percentage and touchdown to interception ratio. Those are really the two biggest things for me. And those guys are doing a tremendous job, both of them. So, what they're doing right now is working.
That's what's up, man. I love it because it's like boxing to me. It's all of this is sweet science. You have to put the pieces together, and you are doing a tremendous job with doing that, man. Putting those two guys the way that you're doing it. Going into traditions, I see it on the board back here. You got the tradition lives on. When you are winning, when you're on a hot streak like you are right now, what are some of the traditions or rituals that you can share? Because I know there are some that we do that we don't talk about. Some people put on dirty socks, some people wear the same underwear. But is there a tradition or ritual that you guys go into when on a streak like this?
Well, me personally, I'm very superstitious. I'm almost embarrassed to say.
Don't be embarrassed.
And and it's all game day. It's all during the week, but I try to keep everything the same. I got a routine, and I actually came in here. It's funny you say that, because last Friday I came back from a lunch break, and somebody was in my parking spot out there. And so I walked around here, and I finally found out that it ain't nothing personal, but it's game day. I got to be parked in this spot. So yeah, there's little things like that. I always try to tell myself none of this actually matters. During the game, but there's a lot of those type things that I do. And the offense coordinator, Andrew McLeod, who's been with me from the very beginning, does a great job. He gives me a hard time because he cares less about any of that. None of it matters to him, but I'm the exact opposite. So yeah.
I like it. I like it because I do the same thing. Yeah. There's a certain way I set up on certain things for certain situations. Like, it's working, we're not going to change it.
Right, that's right. Yeah.
Now, I know you've been put under a lot of pressure, and a lot of pressure comes for being 9-0, being undefeated. How do you handle the pressure, you and the team as well? How do you handle the pressure of everybody saying, okay, well, you guys are 9-0 now, and you got to finish it out? Or do you even care about any of that?
No, I think not even just 9-0, just the program. There's pressure to be involved in this program, and I tell the players, I'm very upfront with them at the beginning of the year of, you got to like that. If you don't like that, then this ain't the sport for you, and this ain't the place for you. But and it's a privilege to have pressure on you to perform and to play at a certain standard, and that's a privilege that a lot of guys before them, earned, and a lot of people before them earned to be able to have the privilege of having that pressure to succeed and to perform and to be at a certain standard. So I personally lean into it. I like it. I think it would be boring if it wasn't there, and of course, there's downsides when you don't perform, from a pressure perspective, but to me, it makes it a lot more exciting and a lot more enjoyable.
Oh yeah. And I know you're a one game, at a time. Every time we talk about it, or if we go further, you say, well, we're concentrating on this game. How do you balance going into the postseason, just relaxing and keeping the momentum going, but keeping everybody balanced and just, even keeled, knowing that we're going into the playoffs? The regular season is the regular season, but here we are at the postseason. How do you all balance that?
Yeah, I think that for me it's not. It's really easy. The trick is to getting the kids to understand that of one game at a time, especially in the postseason. But usually when you start to get consequences on the line, it's a little easier to get them locked in and understanding this is the only guaranteed game we have. So we got to take care of this one first.
That is a fact. That is a fact. Got to take care of the first one. Once we get that going, move to the next one. Man, I want, and speaking of moving to the next one, I want to move into your opponents here. Logan County is a tough 4A team. You guys are a tough 6A team. How do you go into a game like this, knowing that Coach Adler and you both are looking at the same goal and everything? And even though you all are in different classes, and some people might say, hey, well, this doesn't matter if they win or if they lose. How do you all go about preparing for a game like this?
Yeah, I mean, Logan County's got a heck of a team. They really do. Coach Adler's done a tremendous job there. And, they play with such confidence and swagger. And that's what really, sticks out to you is that, they think every time they step foot on the field, they think they're the best ones out there. And those are the toughest teams to beat. The ones that play with confidence and think they're good and play like it, those are the ones where you're in for a dogfight. And that's fully what I expect is a 4-quarter game. We need that. We need that, and we need that competition, and we're definitely going to get it, Thursday.
Oh yeah. Do you see any similarities into both programs?
I do. I really do. I think kind of, their aggressive style is really like we are. They play aggressive on offense, defense, and special teams, and that's kind of the same mentality that we take. And so I think there are some similarities. We've been playing this game for a while, and it's a good game. For both of us. I think it helps both programs, but I think because we've been playing a while, you see some of those styles blend with each team, and I think that's kind of where that comes from.
Man, and that's some good stuff right there. I love seeing two teams with confidence, like you said, the way both of you all walk onto the field, both of you all have your heads high, you're ready to go. It doesn't matter what helmet's on over there, what color's over there. It's all about the game and the moment right then. I thank you, Coach, for joining us, man. I really appreciate you sitting down and talking with me. The man, y'all, the myth, the legend, everything in between, Coach Smith, y'all. Stay tuned for more coverage of tonight's game here on the 7 Mountain Sports Media Network.
Gear up for spectacular savings at Don Franklin Kia during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Qualified buyers can get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia Sorento models, or up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia K5 models. Treat yourself to thrilling deals at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family. Gear up for spectacular savings at Don Franklin Kia during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Qualified buyers can get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia Sorento models, or up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia K5 models. Treat yourself to thrilling deals at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
Well, as the cool breeze of late fall sets in here in South Central Kentucky, it's the South Warren Spartans who look to end their regular season with an exclamation point here tonight. What would be a perfect regular season, the fourth in the program's history over the last 15 seasons. It can happen tonight, but it's going to have to come through the Logan County Cougars, who look to play spoiler tonight in what is arguably one of the strongest and youngest teams that head coach Todd Adler has had in his 10-year tenure with the Cougar program. Welcome into your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week on the 7 Mountain Sports Network. Ryan Murphy, Big Hamp along with the rest of our 7 Mountain Sports crew. We appreciate you for tuning in what is sure to be an exciting matchup here tonight to round out the regular season of Kentucky high school football. Hamp, it seems like just yesterday we walked into a high school football stadium for the first time and taking this trip around the region and going to all these different high school matchups, and now here we are, and it's already the end of the regular season.
I didn't even realize it was the end of the regular season until you all said it just a little while ago. I'm like, wait a minute, we're already at the end?
It doesn't seem like it.
It doesn't seem like it. I hate that we're right here at it, but at the same time, this is where it gets really fun.
Yep.
This is where the playoffs begin, and this is when everybody starts to get in and grind.
And when you talk about two teams, these are two teams that have grinded all season long to be as successful as they have. And we take a look at your team comparisons between the Logan County Cougars and the South Warren Spartans hosting them today. Similar records. The Cougars arguably one of the top teams of 4A. The Spartans widely renowned, at least at this point, as the top team in 6A, not just one of the top, but arguably the top team in 6A with an undefeated record. Both these teams basically averaging around 40 points a game, and their defense holding teams to under 17. The stats that these two teams are putting up on both sides of the ball has just been outstanding.
Absolutely amazing and crazy. Let me tell you, the Spartans defense, they haven't done as much as the Logan County defense has. That's because their offense is so massive and so powerful. But when the defense has to do what they have to do, they take care of business. The Cougar defense, absolute monsters. You're talking about 60 tackles for loss, 554 tackles altogether as a team, and 31 sacks as a team.
Woo. And Hamp, you mentioned those 31 sacks. 10 of those, if you subtract just last week, 10 of those were just last week.
It's crazy, man.
Against Warren East. I mean, they were having a field day against the Raiders. But both these teams, arguably, we mentioned offense, defense, and it was hard to really pick out and look at players because both teams have such a multitude of guys who can step up and make big plays. So we kind of centered in on the offense for both these teams. And for Logan County, Christian Helly is one of those guys, the junior, who is going to be big tonight. He's already rushed for over 1,000 yards this season, and just last week, 25 rushes for 176 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's averaging about a little over 6 yards a carry on the ground this season, and he has just been getting it done all over the field. 18 total touchdowns on the year for the young man.
Oh, my gosh, that's what you call moving the ball right there. You got a guy that can get 6 yards every time he touches it. That's who you feed.
And you can see him there on your screen warming up pregame. This Logan County team just has all the right tools. They're a young team. They are capable of not just having success into the postseason this year, but also next year. But we also have to look at a guy who last week, you saw him here on our Game of the Week, who had himself a big night. Caden York, the senior, is going to be one to watch, not just on the offensive side, but also on the defense. Last week, 49 yards offensively. That doesn't really stick out a whole lot. But when you look at 3 total touchdowns, that includes 2 interceptions, a pick 6, and a passing and rushing touchdown. That's just numbers that you don't often see, and it was an exciting game to watch from Caden York.
Oh, yeah, Caden York just did his thing. Somebody hit the power button, and he just went, man. He was like an Energizer buddy all night long.
And you can see him there on your screen. Caden York, he just walks with a sense of prowess. He walks with a sense of being confident in who he is, not only as a young man, but as a senior and a leader of this team, and as one of the strongest players in the entire region. So, Hamp, both these teams, we've talked about them offensively and our players to watch. Caden York obviously is going to be one who will play significant time on both sides of the ball and has the opportunity to make an impact. But what are your keys to the game going into tonight? Tonight,
it's going to be about what the defense is going to do, because the defenses are going to have to make stops with what we got going on right now. 2 offenses that are great offenses, that are powerful offenses, and man, you got 2 of the top teams and 2 of the best classes in the state.
So as the national anthem begins to play here at South Warren High School, we'll step aside and be right back to continue your pregame coverage right here on your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week on the 7 Mountain Sports Network.
Gear up for spooktacular savings at Don Franklin Kia during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Qualified buyers can get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia Sorento models, or up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia K5 models. Treat yourself to thrilling deals at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
At Morgantown Bank and Trust, a home equity line of credit offers you flexible access to the value in your home. With 5.99% introductory interest rate for the first 6 months, all the cash you need is right under your roof. Call today.
I want to buy this truck, man. This is perfect.
It is a beautiful truck. Do you want to see the inside?
Is it available?
Yeah, sure is.
Is it available?
I just said it was.
Hey, how many miles has it got on it?
Just over 30,000 miles. Still practically new.
But it's got rain on it.
What? Do you want to see the inside? Do you have any questions?
No. I have to think about it. Also, it has rain on it.
Selling your car shouldn't be a pain. Bring your vehicle out to Toyota Bowling Green and we'll make sure you get taken care of.
This isn't just bubbles, it's balance. Relax sore muscles, refresh your mind, recharge your spirit. Discover the best hot tub brands like CalSpa, Hot Springs, and Free Flow at Aqualand on Campbell Lane. More than bubbles, it's balance. The emails can wait. The dishes can wait. Life feels better when you press pause. Find your escape with the top hot tub brands like CalSpa, Hot Springs, and Free Flow. Available locally at Aqualand on Campbell Lane. Your backyard getaway awaits.
At Morgantown Bank and Trust, a home equity line of credit offers you flexible access to the value in your home. With 5.99% introductory interest rate for the first 6 months, all the cash you need is right under your roof. Call today.
Gear up for spooktacular savings at Don Franklin Kia during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Qualified buyers can get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia Sorento models, or up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia K5 models. Treat yourself to thrilling deals at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
As Thunderstruck plays over the speakers, no, it's the sound of fireworks setting the stage here tonight at South Warren High School as the Spartans set to host the Logan County Cougars in what is sure to be an out-of-region matchup that could deliver as possibly a Game of the Year contender here this afternoon on your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week. We welcome you back into your Countdown to Kickoff show. Ryan Murphy, Big Hamp alongside, along with the rest of our Seven Mountains crew. We've got about 7 minutes till kickoff. Both teams getting ready to make their way out onto the field for the coin toss. We'll have that coverage from down on the field, courtesy of our man Ian Lewis, who is braving the elements to get out there in the cold and make sure that you guys get that coverage. We'll be the first to get you that coin toss right here on the Seven Mountains Sports Network. It's going to be an exciting game here tonight. Hamp, before we went to break, we were talking about some keys to the game. Defense, obviously going to be the big one here, and both these teams have done a phenomenal job of that all season long.
Oh, yeah, both teams have done a great job on defense because their offenses are so powerful, and they're putting up numbers that are absolutely insane. What was it, 40 points a game? The defenses are keeping you from scoring a lot of points. It's going to be real interesting.
So both these teams defensively have had arguably some of the best performances that they've seen in recent memory, but in many ways, totally, yes, as total yards per game allowed goes, they wager about the same, but almost on a flip side, for Logan County, their secondary has been unbelievably strong, only allowing 92 passing yards per game average over the course of the entire season, whereas South Warren, on the other hand, it's the rushing game that they've really been able to prevent, only allowing 57 rushing yards per game. That is just unbelievable numbers. The South Warren defensive line and that secondary group has done a phenomenal job.
Like I said, their numbers might not show it when you look at stats, but when they come to play and they come to show up, the Spartans let you know that this is Sparta.
Now, we mentioned it before going to break, and the sheer number of defensive stats that this Logan County team has stacked up. In particular, the sack numbers, 31 sacks on the season for this Logan County team, 9.5 of those coming from the junior in Carson Carlock, who also leads the team in total tackles and in tackles for loss. He also has 2 interceptions on the year. Carson Carlock, the linebacker, is doing phenomenal stuff and has been all year, and I think we're going to see some more of that tonight and putting pressure on the quarterback.
Oh, yeah, I definitely think that's going to happen. That's going to be the guy that I'm going to keep my eye on because, he's a linebacker. I played linebacker in high school, and that's where the monsters are right there. And you have to be a monster and a leader, and he's showing that. He's got a freshman right beside him there, J.B. McTire, freshman. 8.5 tackles for loss, 6 sacks. 6 sacks on the year, man. A freshman.
Now, we talked about the total sack number for the team this year, 31 in total. The front 7 combined for 28.5 of those. and just like you mentioned, you got a freshman who has 6. You have a junior who's got 9.5 and leads the team in all those categories. It's something you really want to look out for. And both these teams, Logan County, though, throughout the competitiveness of this series, it's the Spartans who have led it. They've only won twice over counts of that nature. But how has the series looked overall, Ham?
That is absolutely correct, Ryan. 7 out of 10 times the South Warren Spartans have won. This is their 10th meeting. The Cougars won their first meeting, 24-13, way back when they were in Class 3A in 2011. Now, as we move along, South Warren has just convincingly won every time until we got up until 2022. 2022, it was another close game, and Logan County beats the Spartans. So South Warren says, you know what, we're not going to let you do it again. 2 more times they said we're going to take you out, and they did it again convincingly. The 2 times that South lost, it was a really, really close game. looking for a really, really close game today as we take on, as the Spartans take on the Cougars.
Yeah, it was some time. There was a bit of a gap between when these two teams played from 2014 to 2019. There was a gap there, but now it's pretty much been a regular theme every year that these two teams play as both captains and head coaches head out to center field for the coin toss. You've got Ian Lewis down there right now set to bring you the coverage. He's going to make sure we get that coin toss coverage. You see Brandon Smith just standing off to the side of your screen, and the captains out there, Camden Page, Caden York, Jake Carter, as well as Kyler Lyons, the center senior. And as they go in for the coin toss, music amplifying the moment here at South Warren High School. It's a new turf field as well this season. It looks like South Warren won the coin toss. And if this is anything like we've seen all season long, they will defer to the second half. So just like last week, the Spartans win the coin toss, defer to the second half. Both teams shake hands. The head coach Brandon Smith and head coach Todd Adler of the Logan County Cougars shake hands there at center field as the Spartans rush back to their team coming out of the corner of the field, and they'll break out of that tarp for their final regular season game. As we'll look at your starting lineups here this afternoon. For the Logan County offense at quarterback, it'll be the sophomore number 3 Luke Rogers, who has thrown for over 1,700 passing yards this season and over 20 touchdowns. He'll look to have another big game tonight to keep their winning ways alive. At running back, our player to watch, that's Christian Helly, the junior. And your wide receivers, number 1, Tyshawn Tomachek, the sophomore. Number 2, Jeremiah Washington, the senior. And number 8, Isaac Christian, also the senior. At tight end, number 0 is Cooper Parker, the senior. And for your offensive line, at left tackle, number 58 is Malik Ford. At left guard, number 51 is Jackson Kemplin. At center, number 74 is Robert Cooper. At right guard, number 71 is Lucas Cross. At right tackle is number 55, Grayson Crocker. And for the Logan County defense, on the defensive line, they run a 3-4-4 tonight, normally a 4-3-4 for this team. On the line is number 51, Jackson Kemplin, number 58, Malik Ford, and number 0, Cooper Parker. And for your linebackers, number 21, Michael Hammonds, number 7, Carson Carlock, number 22, J.B. McTire, the freshman, and number 8, Isaac Christian. And in the secondary, number 11, Michael Montgomery, number 4, Elijah Sells, number 1, Tyshawn Tomachek, and number 13, Damani Goodlow, as the South Warren Spartans head out for their final regular season game of the season, looking to put an exclamation point on their year. And that will lead us into the starting lineups for the Spartans. At quarterback, number 7, Camden Page. At running back, number 2, Caden York, our player to watch. And wide receivers are number 1, Jake Carter, number 5, Tucker Sears, number 18, Justin Capps. At tight end, number 12, it's Griffin Reynolds. And for the offensive line, at left tackle, number 58, Aiden Hines. At left guard, number 77, Caleb Wilson. At number 56, Xavier Wilson. At right guard, number 50, Bubba Woods. And at right tackle, number 55, Malik Butler. And for your South Warren starting defense, on the edge is number 3, Will Mays. On the line is number 52, Jaquez Smith. Number 55, Malik Butler. And on the edge, number 20, Clay Helton. For your linebackers, number 21, George Kibawa. Number 34, Cole Kuzma. And number 16, Taekyon Darden, the leading defender for this South Warren defense statistically. And in the secondary, number 14, Corbin Logan. Number 8, Isaiah Bridges. Number 2, Caden York. And number 23, Riley Aller. Rounds out your starting lineups for the South Warren Spartans tonight, who look to stay undefeated in this regular season matchup. This will end their regular season. They'll move on to the postseason where they'll play Christian County next Friday night in the first round of the playoffs. But right now, it's all about bragging rights and putting up possibly the 4th undefeated regular season in program history for the South Warren Spartans. But Logan County looking to play spoiler here on the road to round out the regular season. It's been an exciting journey throughout this year. We're glad you've joined us for however long that's been here on the 7 Mountain Sports Network. Ryan Murphy, Big Hamp along with the rest of our 7 Mountain Sports crew, some of them including Ian Lewis down on the sideline braving the elements here tonight. It's going to be a fun one. We're braving the cold for an exciting matchup between these two teams. Kickoff just moments away. It was the Spartans who won the coin toss and chose to defer to the second half. We'll get a chance to see this Logan County offense first, as this one's going to bounce all the way down to the 10-yard line, and here come the Cougars on the return. That Sells down to about the 25 before he's forced out of bounds on the Spartans sideline, and the Cougars will start their first offensive drive and the first offensive drive for either team tonight right there.
It's time to see what the defense is going to do right here for the Spartans and see how the Cougars move when they come out of the gate here. The Spartans, man, they are a tough defense when they get going and they get started. They get moving, man.
Tonight's first quarter, it's brought to you by Aqualand Pool and Spa. Aqualand Pool Spas and 40 years of trust. Logan County going to get their chance first with the offense tonight. They'll snap it from their own 24-yard line. Here's the snap. It'll be a handoff. Try to run. No, they'll hold on to the football, and a little bit of a tumble by the sophomore quarterback, Luke Rogers, will end up in a huge loss on the first snap of the game.
He had a little bit of pressure on him, and as he was moving back out of the pocket, it's like he tripped over his own feet a little bit.
And that could be something to say and take note of for this Logan County team who, for their own home games, are used to playing on natural grass surfaces. They do not yet have a turf field at Logan County High School, so this is something that potentially could come into play with footing. Looks like it was about a loss of 8. Ooh. On that one. They'll try to make it up here, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
Yeah, they tried to get him to jump, but they didn't do it.
Couldn't get him to jump. Here's Rogers surveying off to his left side, fires. He's got a man there at the 20 who gets taken out of bounds. It'll be a short gain there off that pass.
Looked like Willie Mays might have made the tackle or put him out of bounds anyway, but he was right there on the coverage. No, I don't think it was Willie Mays.
Completion by Damani Goodlow. Ends up in a gain of about 6.
Isaiah Bridges.
And that'll bring up 3rd and long. Logan County taking their time here with 15 seconds still to go on the play clock. Coach Adler's been an expert at running the clock this season. Only one loss, and that came against Paducah Tillman on the road. Here's a throw over the center. Pass intended for Cooper Parker. It's going to be incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th down.
The Spartans brought everybody in on that one, but they had a guy sitting back watching right there in the middle, making sure that nothing happened. So as the pass went, he throws the pass right to his running back right there in the middle of the field, but the linebackers were there to make the stop.
And we talked about that initial pressure from the Spartans that they provide, especially from those linebackers, George Kibawa, Cole Kuzma, as well as Takeon Darden, who's been a exceptional leader for those linebackers this season for the Spartans. And it was Will Mays last game who really took the lead with that. 2 tackles for loss and 3 total tackles to lead the team as this ball heading back the other way from the punt lands at about the 49-yard line in Logan County territory. And Spartans going to start their first offensive drive of the game with some decent field position.
Thought that kick was going to stop a little bit short, but they got lucky, and it rolled about 5 or 6 yards. Gave them about 5 or 6 extra yards, but it looked like a short kick. The Spartans, they know what to do when they get in this part of the field right here. This is where they are very strong.
Starting kicker for both punting and PAT is Caden Kirby, and your long snapper is number 21, Michael Hammonds for Logan County. First offensive snap of the game for the Spartans. Here's Camden Page off the snap. He'll fake the handoff around back, swift off to his right side. He's looking downfield, surveying, under pressure, moves off to his left side, fires. He's got Carter there, but no, it's tackled quickly. That's incomplete.
Ooh, I tell you what, man. The Cougars were all the way in. They had everybody rushing in on the quarterback. Page was moving left to right. He finds a guy, man, and it just misses.
Good work by Camden Page to get out of the pocket and find an opportunity to get the ball out, but it's the freshman J.B. McTire who breaks up that incompletion and is quick to stop one of the leading receivers in 6A in Jake Carter. 2nd and 10 off the incompletion. Here's Carter in motion to the left side. Page on the snap back is going to hand it off to York, who's trying to dice his way to the right side. Continues to take a couple Cougars with him in what looks like about a gain of 8 on the play. So an incomplete pass, then transitions to a 8-yard run by Caden York. That'll be 3rd and 2.
Had a host of Cougars jump all over top of him, skating out to the home side there.
Tonight's player to watch, making a big gain here and setting up the Spartans for a crucial third down. They'll fake the handoff and let it be a QB keeper for Camden Page, who continues to bounce off defenders, and he'll have enough to move the chains for a blowout first down.
Now, Camden Page is very tough. He's tall, he's tough, he can lean forward and get there. He didn't need very many yards, but he got exactly what they needed going up the middle.
Now be 1st and 10 from Logan County's 34-yard line for the Spartans. They started with good field position at the 49. And with about 9:40 to go here in the first quarter, Spartans look to strike first. Carter's in motion to the left side. It'll come off a screen. Carter with the completion. Tries to spin his way past a couple defenders, but the Cougars are there to stop him. Got a couple of yards there, did Carter. That'll set him up nicely for second down.
Those 2 spins that he took off there, he washed a couple of them off, and he was able to make it a few extra yards.
First pass completion for Page tonight. It's 6-yard gain by Jake Carter, who just recently tied the all-time receiving touchdowns record for South Warren High School. Also got the receptions record as a flag is thrown late off the screen pass to Caden York. York got enough for the first down, but we'll see if this brings him back. And it will be a false start on the Spartans, and that'll send them back and be a replay of second down, make it 2nd and 9 for the Spartans. Camden Page looks beside himself, confused on where they could have possibly had the false start, but either way, it's going to send the Spartans backwards.
I'm kind of confused myself. I didn't see anybody go. It was a great play getting the ball tossed over there to the outside to Caden, and he had 2 great blockers right up there in front of him, man.
Replay second down. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Spartans this time. Here's a snap for Page, who hands it off to York. He'll try to take it himself, but he already had a Cougar who's snuck around the offensive line and was there on the tackle. Looks like it'll be a gain of about 2 there for York.
Yeah, that was old Cooper Parker coming around the side there and making his way to grab him from behind.
Michael Montgomery as well there on the chase, the sophomore. As Logan County's stacking the box here. Here's the Spartans on 3rd and 4. Hand it off once again to York, who's immediately under pressure, but York does not care. Continuing to spin his way to the right side. He wants the end zone, and he's got it. Caden York. Woo. Go ahead and take it home, young man.
Once Caden gets going, it's hard to stop him.
The first Edmonton State Bank touchdown of the game comes courtesy of our player to watch in Caden York. Let's take a look back on it, courtesy of Toyota of Bowling Green. Look at this great shooting from Ian Lewis on the sideline. Despite the chaos, never loses the man. And then a great effort play from Caden York as a PAT is now on the way for Allen Alec.
Caden York is starting off right where he left off. He said, you know what, it was cold last week, it's cold this week. We're just going to play like it never was.
PAT is up and good for the Spartans. That gives them a 7-0 lead with 8:14 to go here in this first quarter. We'll step aside and see if Logan County can respond right here on your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week on the 7 Mountain Sports Network.
When you bundle home and auto, life can be easier. You choose coverage that makes sense for you, at a price that's right for you, and a local State Farm agent who's there for you.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
With State Farm Home Insurance, you can get the help you need from a local agent if things get complicated, and from our easy-to-use app whenever you need it.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
8:14 to go in the first quarter. Spartans first to strike off a 28-yard rushing touchdown from Caden York, and the Spartans will send it back to the Cougars to see if they can respond, and that ball is going to land back in the end zone for a touchback, and will get Logan County's offense back on the field. The first time that Logan County was out, it was the Spartans who won the coin toss, chose to defer to the second half. First snap of the game for sophomore quarterback Luke Rogers, perhaps some inexperience showing. He stepped back in the pocket under pressure and seemed to just lose his footing, and potentially maybe the not being used to the turf field also playing into that a little bit for maybe the entire Cougars team.
Oh, yeah. You can dig in in grass. In grass and mud, you can dig in. You can get your whole footing in. But on this turf, man, it's slippery. It can get really slippery out there, and it's cold right now, so skating on ice.
Especially on a cold night like tonight. Here's Rogers off the screen to the right side. He's got a completion there, and continuing to bounce off defenders goes the Cougars. What a play there for Logan County, who get the first down and more.
Ooh, he bounces off of Caden York and a few others before he's brought down.
That's Elijah Sells on the completion for an 11-yard gain. That's the effort you love to see, and simple pass off a screen there for Logan County, who are now looking to primarily go to the pass game. You can see them sending what looks to be 3 receivers to the left side. They'll have 1 down to the right, and that'll be tight end Cooper Parker, who will be assigned to block. Additional man on that right side, and they'll have Christian Helly lined up to the left side, that signature pink sleeve down his right arm. Here's the snap. Hand off to Helly. He'll try to go the same way that Sells did, and he'll have a short gain that time, bring up second down.
Swinging out here on the visitor side, the Spartans were playing man-to-man defense, and they had everything kind of pegged and watch. And I love the way this defense works, man. Like, they'll start off kind of slow, but then it's like boxing. They just have to pick you apart and figure out what it is that you're doing. And once they figure it out, they start swinging.
Inside 7.5 minutes to go now in this first quarter. Coach Adler running as much clock as he can here in what will be 2nd and 8 on the way for the Cougars as they trail the Spartans, who lead 7-0. Spartans struck first with a 28-yard rushing touchdown from Caden York, who was our player to watch. You just saw Christian Helly on the run. Here's a pass over the middle. That one's caught. It is complete by Damani Goodlow. And it looks like it'll be enough for the first down. It will be. Another blowout first down. No, it'll be just short, it looks like, potentially. Still waiting on the chains to move. And it will be. First down, Logan County.
Oh, I thought Tycon, I can't say his name, Darden, I'm just going to say his last name. I don't want to mess up the first. Darden was right there waiting on it, and when he caught the ball, he was right there for it. Most of the times you try to knock it down, but it could have made something different happen, so he did the right thing by making the tackle rather than trying to knock the ball down or go for the interception.
And something you'll notice about a lot of these Logan County team members, especially in the starting lineup, is that there's a lot of the similar names on both sides of the football that will be seeing quality minutes tonight. But that doesn't say a lot to this team's just depth or their ability. Coach Adler has said earlier in the season, about midway point through the year, that this is arguably the toughest schedule that he's built in his tenure at Logan County, and that's showing here tonight and facing one of the top teams in 6A. And they trail 7-0 here with about 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. So it will be reverted back to third down. It was about a 6 or 7 yard gain on that play. It'll be 3rd and 1. Here's the handoff. They're going to try to finish the job with Helly, who gets a first down and more, hurdles a tackle, and gets past the first down marker. Shift the chains for Christian Helly.
Man, he's doing what he always does, busting up like a bowling ball.
Looks like about a 6 yard run there for number 6. You'll see that signature mark on his right arm as he moves around the field. Logan County wearing their white away jerseys with the light blue numbers, light blue pants as well, and the white helmets with the LC logo. South Warren wearing their home all-black uniforms and those signature gloss black helmets with the gray Spartans logo. Here's 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff here and run it up the middle. And continuing to push is that offensive line for Logan County, who gets a couple extra yards out of it and bring up second down.
Man, he was surrounded by Spartans, but no way was that offensive line not going to let him get a couple extra yards.
It's like a 4 yard run there once again for Christian Helly, who's had 3 rushes so far for a total of 12 yards. Trying to get the offsides called is Logan County. Nothing that time. 5.5 minutes to go in this first quarter. I believe the Spartans a week ago in the first may have fallen for that because it seemed like penalties plagued them greatly. But this Spartans team is looking a lot more well composed through the first couple minutes of the first quarter. This one's going to get tossed out by Luke Rogers. It looked like he might have had a late hit come in there.
Oh.
But the officials are not going to be saying anything of it. Chief official was right there next to the contact.
That was kind of up in the air toss-up call on that one because he was so close to the sideline, and then at the same time, I mean, he had 3 guys pressuring him. Somebody was bound to touch him just a little bit. That's how close they were to him. So one of the 3 guys were going to touch him, and there was no escaping that. But I don't believe that there was definitely not a late hit.
Luke Rogers got the ball out, incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 6. Here's the snap. It'll be a QB keeper for Rogers, who tries to head up the left side. He's stopped quickly after a gain of 2 by the sophomore quarterback, and that'll bring up 4th down. And as it stands, it looks like the offensive unit is going to stay on the field for a 4th and 4 after that gain of 2. 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Logan County trying to make a statement.
I think they're going to try to make them jump right here.
They're going to hope to try to draw out some of that Spartans team that showed an ugly face perhaps last week in the first quarter. So far tonight, in arguably colder conditions, they have warmed up rather quickly. On the board much quicker than last week, and they'll try to run it again with Helly, who is stopped quickly by the Spartans. A gain of 1 will be a turnover on downs back to South Warren. 1 yard gain for Christian Helly isn't enough to convert on the crucial 4th down, and the Spartans offense will head back out onto the field. Let's take a look at this replay, courtesy of Toyota of Bowling Green. You could see Helly there. He potentially had the blocker to get him there, but it's Cole Kuzma who puts a stop to that in a hurry. South Warren defense doing a great job of sniffing out the play calling here early from Logan County.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely not letting any running go, and they're on their P's and Q's tonight.
1st and 10 for the Spartans on the delayed snap. Here's Page off to his right side for the screen. Carter on the reception. He's got room to breathe. Past the 1st down marker and more to the 30, 25 before he's pushed out of bounds. Huge gain off of 1 snap for Jake Carter.
Man, if it wasn't for Elijah Sales pushing him out of bounds on the home team side, he'd have been gone.
That's about a 30-yard improvement on the field for Jake Carter. And another 1st and 10. Spartans wasting no time. Here's the handoff to York, who heads up the middle. He's got some assistance from his offensive line, and he leaps for the extra yard. Short gain there for Caden York.
Both of these teams are pounding it in the middle. They'll go out on the edge maybe once or twice, hitting that sweep or hitting the option, but they are pounding it up the middle, having confidence in their offensive line.
About a 4-yard gain there for Caden York on that run. Here's Camden Page on the delayed snap. He'll hand it off once again to York. Tries to bounce out to his right side. He had some pressure from a Cougar. Flag thrown in the backfield. Here's York, who continues to shake tackles. He's dragging 3 Cougars inside the 5-yard line. And finally he's brought down. But there is a flag in the backfield that could spell disaster for the Spartans, and it will. It's a holding on the offense.
Oh, if I'm a coach on the sideline right now, oh my gosh, who did it? Because I'm telling you, what he just did right there, he had made a tremendous stiff arm to put a player all the way down like Derrick Henry. And then he carries not 1, 2, 3, then another one comes, 4, and he just drags them all. Caden is just, man.
What would have took the Spartans from the 24-yard line has now brought them all the way back to the 34, and what would have otherwise put him at the 2-yard line and set him up for another touchdown from Caden York. Looks like Jameer Boards out on the field for the Spartans. Here's the handoff to Boards. He's going to try to swing to his right side. Lost his footing there slightly, trying to cut back left. And he'll have a short gain on that run for 3rd down.
Yeah, he'd have got a few extra ones if he wouldn't have made that slip right there. A lot of Logan County Cougars were surrounding him there on the home side of the field.
It was Jameer Boards last week who actually led the team in total rushing yards with 65, despite Caden York's big performance on all sides of the ball. 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Smart decision, I think, there by head coach Brandon Smith to bring York out there after that strong run, even though it ended up being called back because, man, the effort to go that far, drag that many defenders, you want your top guy to be ready for the postseason. Here's a snap from Page. Once again, the handoff to Boards, who fakes left, then cuts back right, loses 1 defender, now heads down the sideline, and he's tackled inside the 15-yard line, and that should be enough. It will be for a blowout 1st down.
Board said, don't sleep on me, y'all. I can come in and do it too.
About a 13-yard run there for Boards, who is picking up right where he left off last week with a 65-yard rushing yard performance, rather, that led the team. Here's Page on the late snap. He's dropping back, looking to his left side. He fires. It's caught. He's got a man there in caps who's trying to fight his way to the end zone, reaches for it, and it's going to be a touchdown once again for the Spartans, who strike twice in the first quarter.
And here we go, y'all. The Spartans said they're not playing around this time.
About a 15-yard passing touchdown, another Edmonton State Bank touchdown for the Spartans here in this first quarter, who go up 13-0 early. Take a look at this replay, courtesy of Toyota of Bowling Green. The catch by Caps, who just stiff arms all the way to the end zone and reaches for the pylon to get the 6 points. And now it'll be Alan Alec who goes out for another extra point attempt. He was 7 for 7 last week, and now he's 2 for 2 tonight as the Spartans lead 14-0 in the first quarter with about 2 minutes and 13 seconds to go. Hamp, what can you say about this Spartans team?
Man, this is how you want the Spartans to start every single time. You know, I mean, I told Coach Smith during the interview, I said, look, y'all gave me a heart attack last week. And I guess he said, look, guys, Hamp doesn't need a heart attack. So let's get it going and let's get it popping now.
He said, guys, listen, I know first quarter we got it right, but listen, first quarter we can't be doing that to Hamp.
Man.
Guys. Hamp is, listen, can't be doing that to Ryan either.
I can't do it to Ryan either.
Come on now.
What I don't want to happen right now, though, is, man, all kidding aside, is you don't want South Warren's defense to start slacking and lacking up.
Complacency.
Yeah, and if they just stay consistent in what they're doing right now, they'll be okay.
Spartans, it's Amir Sahilovic who's going to return this one back the other way, and that one's going to land back for another touchback. And actually, Sahilovic is just got honored, I believe, with the second team all-region for soccer. So congratulations to him. Clearly got a great leg.
Man, clearly.
He's been a great kick returner for the Spartans this season and in the times that we've been here at Spartans Field. 2 minutes, a little over, to go here in the first quarter. Spartans lead 14-0 over Logan County, who are no doubt going to try to carry some of what we saw from their previous offensive drive, a lot of that coming from Christian Helly. And transition that, maybe get the pass game going a little bit more. They've got 3 receivers to the right side, and they'll send one into motion that sells to the left. They'll hand it off to Helly here, who's going to try to slide his way out. There's a flag in the backfield. Looks like it'll be a face mask, potentially, on Logan County, and it will be. It will be a holding, actually.
Oh, holding? I seen a little face mask there. But
potentially a face mask away from the play, but they will call the holding on Logan County. So you watch it here. You see a little bit of it, at least from our delayed perspective and looking back on the broadcast feed. You can definitely see some of that holding around the offensive line.
Sometimes you can't help it. You got to give your guy a chance.
And it looks like the penalty was declined. And it looks like it'll set up, I believe, once again, 2nd and 10. So Logan County, with about 1:50 to go, looking to march downfield and get some points on the board. Spartans scored twice in the first quarter, one with a touchdown from Justin Capps, another by Caden York, who was the first to score. Here's a deep shot through center field. That one incomplete, nearly picked off by Caden York. It was intended for Cooper Parker in the flat, and Caden York with a good heads-up play there to knock that ball down.
I tell you what, he came through there like a missile, and that's the way you want to come through and try to get one.
Look at this heat-seeking missile here from Caden York as Rogers fires it across the middle, but York's there to break it up. Parker defeated. He's going to try to do it again. He's got plenty of steam in him, does Parker. Here he is. They're handing it off to Helly, trying to run it up the middle. It's like a short gain on that play. Would bring up 4th down, if I'm not mistaken. They'll bring out the punt unit deep in their own territory.
Smart. Smart. The defense of the Spartans right now have Logan County's number at this moment.
So 2 incompletions tonight for Luke Rogers, along with 3 completions. So he's 3 for 5 on the night for a little over 20 yards, but Cougars just not been able to carry that momentum down the field as Riley Aller takes a step up, spins his way back to the inside. Cougars special teams put a stop to him quickly. A little bit of talking going on between some of the Cougars and Spartans near the sideline after that play, but Aller gets the Spartans back to the 49-yard line of Cougars territory, and they scored from there the first time they had the football. They'll look to do it again.
Oh, yeah, they definitely look to do it again. I tell you what, my man, J.B., I think I'm saying his name right, McTire.
Yes.
That guy right there, leader. I watched him down here after the Spartans scored the last time. I watched him on the sideline, and he's in everybody's face on defense, telling them that they're not going to let it happen again. This man's a leader, and he's a freshman.
You can see it in his ability to work on the field and how he's helping stand up for his teammates here. 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. Carter in motion to the right side. Chase Bell now in at quarterback. Play's called dead. And it'll be a false start on the offense. Or delay a game is actually the call on the Spartans, but it looked like a false start call by the chief official. PA said delay of game.
It's crazy because you got the lead official back here. He calls one thing, and then you got the other official behind the defense. He calls another thing. I mean,
they're like, let's just go with this one and call it a day.
Let's pick one.
Carter in motion to the right side. That will be 3 receivers stacked to the right off the screen. Here's Bell. It's complete to Bridges. Breaks one tackle off the shoulder, and he's brought down around the 44-yard line in Cougars territory. That'll be about a 10 or so yard gain.
The Spartans are moving the ball with extreme confidence right now. You see no lack of confidence in them moving the ball. Coach Smith, it's like nobody has left the field. It's like everybody it's the same. Everything is just so even-keeled. It's absolutely amazing to watch.
Chase Bell, the sophomore quarterback, one of the top of his class, with Jameer Boards alongside his left hip. They'll hand it off to Boards, who runs up the right side. Some help from his offensive line. Gets a couple of yards there, bring up third down. And that will wrap up off that run the end of the first quarter. We'll step aside when we come back. We'll see if the Spartans can continue their run. A strong one here in this first half on your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week on the 7 Mountain Sports Network. Spartans lead 14-0.
At Morgantown Bank and Trust, a home equity line of credit offers you flexible access to the value in your home. With 5.99% introductory interest rate for the first 6 months, all the cash you need is right under your roof. Call today.
This isn't just bubbles, it's balance. Relax sore muscles, refresh your mind, recharge your spirit. Discover the best hot tub brands like Cal Spa, Hot Springs, and Free Flow at Aqualand on Campbell Lane. More than bubbles, it's balance. The emails can wait. The dishes can wait. Life feels better when you press pause. Find your escape with the top hot tub brands like Cal Spa, Hot Springs, and Free Flow. Available locally at Aqualand on Campbell Lane. Your backyard getaway awaits.
At Morgantown Bank and Trust, a home equity line of credit offers you flexible access to the value in your home. With 5.99% introductory interest rate for the first 6 months, all the cash you need is right under your roof. Call today.
Welcome you back here for the start of the second quarter on the 7 Mountain Sports Network. Your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week. Spartans lead 14-0 and waste no time getting going. Here's Bell on the late fade, intended for Reynolds. That one incomplete, just slightly overthrown, and good coverage there by Elijah Sells in the secondary for Logan County.
Oh, yeah, definitely good coverage by the defense. Did exactly what he was supposed to do, stay line in line with the receiver and made sure that he kept him away from what could have been leaning outside of the into the sidelines catch there.
Chase Bell, you haven't seen him on the field until the last 2 snaps of the first quarter. It was all Camden Page leading the 2 scoring drives for the Spartans. Now the sophomore stepping into play on the season so far. Chase Bell, 32 for 37. That is his 38th pass attempt, that one so far. Here's Bell The handoff to Boards, who heads off the right side and has plenty of space to breathe down the sideline. He'll shift the chains. It shakes off the last two defenders for a trip to the end zone touchdown.
Kicked it in the third gear and said, you know what, I'm just going to coast from right here.
Jameer Boards, the sophomore running back, led this team in rushing yards last week and wasn't satisfied without a trip to the end zone, and he got himself an Edmonton State Bank touchdown. Watch this play, courtesy of Ian Lewis' sideline camera, all the way to the house down the sideline.
He's still moving like he did last week, and he just didn't move nothing different from what York did.
41 yards. The house call for Jameer Boards. And the extra point. Do we even need to say it? It's up. It's good. 21-0. The Spartans lead to start the second quarter. And we'll step aside when we come back. Logan County looking to find their footing and strike back here on your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week on the 7 Mountain Sports Network.
You don't just work here.
You show up and you grow.
And to serve your customers well.
We're not just selling cars, we're selling careers and relationships.
Logan County going to try to wipe the slate clean, Hamp, after that first quarter. Spartans strike again and now lead 21-0 with 11:44 to go in the half. Logan County going to have a chance here. This ball is going to be sent all the way back, and Logan County not going to get a chance to return. It'll be a touchback once again that will send Logan County's offense out onto the field. 41 yards, the house call for Jameer Boards, his third rushing touchdown of the season, and he's done a great job kind of subbing in and out for Caden York, who has had another phenomenal year as the lead back. 16 total touchdowns for Caden York. Technically, I think now 17 if you include that passing touchdown. And Jameer Boards has just done a great job in breaking off with arguably, if I'm not mistaken, his biggest run of the season so far.
Oh, yeah, he's doing an absolutely amazing job. It's like York never stepped off the field, but it's great that they have somebody behind him that could do that, because you don't want, like you said, you don't want to get him hurt.
Spartans stacking the secondary. A quick pass right off the jump. They've got a man downfield. It's Goodlow. He's got nobody around. Inside the 10. He's into the end zone. Logan County on the board.
Just like that, you get caught lacking. You get caught lacking, it's a touchdown.
All the way downfield. One snap was all it took. Wow. Wasting no time. Did Goodlow for an 80-yard touchdown. Damani Goodlow, are you kidding me?
Just like that. Just like that.
Wow. On the board with a huge play. Sometimes one snap is all it takes, and Logan County letting that ring true here tonight. Caden Kirby on the way with the extra point. It's up, and it is good. 7-0. The Logan County is on the board. Spartans still lead 21-7. Take a look at this replay, courtesy of Toyota Bowling Green. Slightly caught our man Ian Lewis lacking a little bit down the sideline. Who could have predicted how quickly they would get off the snap?
I didn't get a chance to see if there was just a miscommunication on defense, or how they allowed somebody to get that deep into the secondary, and I mean, like, no one was around.
And by the time, it's just like you said, Hamp, but as we were going for the snap, you could tell the Spartans were really stacking the box heavy. They were like, listen, we're gonna do what we've done this whole time. We're gonna stack the box pressure, and they just sent Goodlow down to the far side, and he had nobody around him there at that point. It seemed like they were completely oblivious.
It was great though, because it shows you anything can happen any given time, any given Thursday, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night. It could go down just like this. Spartans were up, got caught lacking, and here we go.
Luke Rogers averaging almost 200 passing yards per game. He's already over 100 with that 80 yards in this first half so far. 11 and a half minutes to go in this first half. This ball is going to roll and tip around. to about the 42-yard line, and the Spartans, Riley Aller, will manage to scoop it up. And the offense for South Warren will pick it up from there. So less than 30 seconds of game clock, Hamp, and we've already had both teams score here to start the second quarter.
That's crazy. That shows you how powerful both offenses are and can be. I know Coach Smith and them just went crazy over on the sidelines. Just like say, look, get your stuff together. we can't just allow this type of action to happen, but it's going to take the defense right now. The defense for Logan County has to make a stop right here, and the offense is going to have to turn around and put points on the board one more time to keep them in this game.
You could feel a subtle shift of the breeze as Logan County's sideline is motioning for their fans to stand up and cheer. Here's Jake Carter. Loses one defender and can't shake off the next two, but it'll be good enough for a 9-yard gain off that reception for Jake Carter.
Carson Carlock and Jackson Kemplin for the tackle. Kemplin, I'm sorry.
If Jake Carter would get another touchdown tonight, it should give him the record. A false start is going to be called here against the Spartans. I didn't see any movement that maybe indicated that, because they did their typical clap, delayed snap, look to the sideline, and potentially maybe one of the members on the offensive line maybe jumping over the line of scrimmage at some point. But as we look back on the delayed version of the broadcast, not a whole lot of movement there.
At all. Like, I didn't see any from either side.
You can see Camden Page there and Caden York both looking at the officials in the backfield, kind of questioning it there.
That was confusing.
Wasting no time here. 2nd and 6 now on the way after the 5-yard penalty. Page, plenty of time to breathe in the pocket, steps up, fires downfield. He's got Caps there, tries to get the reception, will not be hauled in. Elijah Sells looked like he had solid defense, but the flag is thrown late for pass interference.
I knew it was going to happen. I watched the battle go on. It was a battle.
It was physical.
It was nothing to throw a flag. I wouldn't have threw a flag on it.
I think it was physical from both sides, and they'll call the pass interference on Logan County. And that will shift the chains for a blowout Cove first down. That was Elijah Sells. And I mean, Hampa, it was just like you mentioned it was both of them going back and forth. It was super physical. It looked fair at a point, and honestly even looked like maybe the ball was slightly overthrown. You could even look at it as it was an uncatchable ball.
I mean, he could have tried to dive and caught it, but, I mean, I don't think it would have
I don't know
happened.
if you want to lay it out like that on 2nd and 6, though.
Exactly.
I mean,
Exactly.
One of those you'd like to have back if you're Logan County. 1st and 10 again here for the Spartans with 10.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Handoff to York, who has some space up the A-gap from his offensive line, and he'll get a short gain of 2 on that run. A good eye downfield by Camden Page to see that 50-50 ball opportunity. It was his best shot to get the ball out, and ultimately drew a pass interference to benefit them to move the chains. Spartans lead 21-7 with about 10 minutes to go in this second quarter. Both teams have scored in the first 2 minutes of this second quarter, and here the Spartans are trying to do it again. A late handoff to York, who's quickly brought down by the Cougars. 1-yard gain for York that time.
Yeah, the Cougars are now starting to look and say, okay, you guys have been running it down our throats. We're going to try to stop this.
3rd and 6, it looks like, for the Spartans. Camden Page back in at quarterback. Last drive you saw Chase Bell. Now the junior is back in. It's actually going to be 3rd and 4 on the way for South Warren. In motion is Bridges. He'll line up on the left hip of Page with York. York in motion. Now Bridges, who gets a block from York, and now he's got space down the sideline, past the first down marker, and then some. That'll shift the chains for a blowout Cove first down.
That's all he needed was a first down.
8 yards. The run for number 8, Isaiah Bridges, who's kind of been a do-it-all man on offense. They'll throw him in occasionally. He's solid in the secondary as well. Leads the Spartans in interceptions with 4 and has returned those interceptions for over 100 yards this season. Here's the snap. Camden Page on the QB keeper to the left side, breaks off one defender. A flag is thrown in the backfield, and Elijah Sells looks beside himself, perhaps wondering if that call is on him, but it could potentially be the Spartans that this one is called against. Sells maybe jumping the gun. He's probably just so frustrated with the play calls, and this penalty will be on the Spartans. And that will be a holding penalty on the Spartans, so a 10-yard loss there will make it 1st and 20.
I guess I missed that one too on the delayed replay here. I didn't see a hold.
But you could see the frustration from Elijah Sells because as he came up from trying the tackle, he saw the flag hit the floor, probably thought it was for him again. Quick tackle here on Caden York for a short gain. Looks like about a gain of 3 that time for York. Bring up 2nd down. Back into the fray for South Warren. Will Mays out there for the Spartans. He had a good defensive outing last week. 2 tackles for loss, 3 total tackles. Led the team in the contest last week against Davis County. Here's Page, 2nd and 10. 3 receiver options to the right side. Fires it over the middle to Reynolds. It's caught, and he gets it inside the 10. What a gnarly catch. He had to go up quick and come down faster to get that catch.
He threw it so hard that when he caught it, it drug him 5 or 6 yards.
It was like if Superman threw a football and you just have to hold on to it and pray you hit the ground and don't go down hard. But a great catch there by Griffin Reynolds. Shift the chains.
Beautiful.
For a blowout, Cope 1st down. Sets up 1st and goal for the Spartans. Some shifting here. Reynolds now to the right hip of Page. York to the left. Carter in motion to the left side. He'll have advantage with a light left defense, and it'll be a false start again, it looks like, on the Spartans. They pointed out Isaiah Bridges, possibly, who jumped the gun off the snap. And that'll send the Spartans back 5 yards.
Spartans keep sliding back a little bit, like they've had penalty after penalty after penalty during this drive right here. And they keep getting the 1st down, but the penalties, if they keep this up, it could harm them.
So 1st and 15 to the goal. Here's the snap. They'll fake the handoff to York. They sell that one well. Page with time finds Carter inside the 5, tries to shake a defender. He's knocked out of bounds at the 3.
Seen a flag go in the air.
Looked like a flag may have gone in the air on the opposite side of the field from where the play was happening, and it's once again on the Spartans. Bridges showing frustration near the Spartans sideline, and that will again send South Warren backwards.
I'm not getting it right now. They need to calm down, cool down, and just breathe for a second.
So back-to-back penalties on what would have set up the Spartans in good field position to score on 2nd down has now sent them back another 5 yards to the 20-yard line, and that'll make it 1st and goal at the 20. Here's Page on the delayed snap. They'll hand it off to York, who finds a shot up the B gap on the left side, and he shakes the defender. He's got a house call to the end zone. Touchdown, Caden York, his 2nd of the night.
I tell you what, man, that's a guy you don't want to get in front of right now. He is bowling them over.
Caden York finds a way every single time. It's the Spartans' motto, and Caden York embodies it. Look at this run. Trucks his way into the end zone for another Edmonton State Bank touchdown. Caden York.
Caden York's one. You don't try to arm tackle him. I've seen the first guy try to arm tackle him. You can't arm tackle Caden York. He's either going to push you over, he's going to spin, he's going to stiff arm, he's going to do whatever it takes.
Extra point is up and good for Alan Alec, who is perfect once again on the night. He was 7 for 7 last week, 7 for 7 the week before, and so far looking to do it again here tonight with 6:43 to go in the first half. Spartans lead 28-7, and what an exciting first half it's been. The Spartans seem to have not missed a beat, and they just keep on rolling here, looking to stay and remain undefeated through the regular season and make a march towards Lexington.
Oh yeah, it's like they started the third quarter or the second quarter of last week's game and said, you know what, we're just going to keep playing. We're just going to keep playing it all week long, and they came back in, like you said, haven't skipped a beat, doing exactly what it is they came in here to do tonight, and that's to try to come off with another win.
But don't overlook this Logan County team. All it took last time around was a single snap for an 80-yard touchdown from Luke Rogers to Damani Goodlow, who was left plenty of space, no one around. Nearest defender was 20 yards back by the time the ball landed in his hands, as this ball is going to bounce to about the 8-yard line, and it's scooped up from there. And here on the return go the Cougars, spinning their way past the 40, past the 40-yard line to the 44. Forward motion will stop there for Logan County. On the return was Damani Goodlow, I believe, once again, who has been doing a lot of the heavy lifting tonight. Let's take a look at it, courtesy of Toyota of Bowling Green. He had a shot down the sideline, and you just see him keep rolling, and it was finally ended up being Parker Morris who brought him down.
If Parker Morris wasn't there, he was going downfield, and we had a flag?
Now, okay, I did think in the replay I saw a flag was thrown back, way back where the ball was originally received, and it seems like the officials are going to call that a case. It could possibly be where he ran down the sideline. Maybe he stepped out of bounds earlier than we could originally see from the sidelines. Either way, they're going to be marked down at their own 21-yard line. Here's the snap for Rogers. He's going to pass it off to the right side. That one's nearly swatted away and picked off by the Spartans.
He picked off his own pass because it was tipped up in the air. He caught his own pass.
Clay Helton with the deflection and also nearly hauled in the interception, but Luke Rogers manages to hold on to it for a loss of about 10 yards. So a loss of 10 there for Rogers. I don't even know what you call it. Do you call that a negative pass of 10? What do you call that?
That's a good question.
I don't even know what you call that.
Man.
So
because the ball got tipped back. It was still in the air, still in play. He just caught his own pass almost.
Logan County, this young team, trying to put up a fight. Doing a great job of it here through the first half, and a timeout called by Logan County. It'll be 2nd and 20 from the team's 11-yard line. Team's 12-yard line, with 5:43 to go when they get back to the action.
Yeah, you definitely can't count Logan County out at all. Like you said last time, it only took one play. This is just a little stepping stone for them, and I believe that they'll bounce back.
So we're midway through this second quarter now. We brought you that first quarter coverage courtesy of Aqualand Pool and Spa. Aqualand is family-owned and has been serving South Central Kentucky for over 40 years. They specialize in pools, above ground, semi-in-ground, and custom in-ground, plus therapeutic hot tubs, saunas, and cold plunges for year-round comfort. I don't know about you, Hamp, but in this temperature, I could really use a sauna. If you need one, visit aqualandfun.com. We're now midway through this second quarter. Second quarter coverage brought to you by Morgantown Bank and Trust, as we're now back to the action with Logan County on a 2nd and long in their own territory from the 12. Here's Logan County. Dropping back are the Cougars, trying to shake away the pressure, and having to throw it away is Rogers. It'll be incomplete and bring up 3rd and long.
He had Jaquez Smith out there on him. He had so many Spartans on him coming in at him. If Jaquez could have got a hand on him, it might have been a safety as far back as he had him back there. But he did the smart thing, very smart IQ, just get the ball out of bounds. No need in taking that sack.
They've got a lot of pressure coming from the left side. What is Luke Rogers' right? It's forcing him to go to that left where he doesn't necessarily favor, as Helly trying to truck his way to the original line of scrimmage here on 3rd down. They'll get that gain back of 10 yards, but it'll bring up 4th down and 10.
Took a host of Spartans to bring him down, though. He had 16, was holding on to him, and he was pulling him, but Calvary came, cleaned it up.
Looks like about a gain of 9 or 10 there for Christian Helly. That would be his longest rush of the night so far. The junior running back who's ran for over 1,000 yards this season, 18 touchdowns on the year. As Logan County going to punt it away. Riley Aller waving it off at the Cougars' 45-yard line. Spartans once again will start in positive field position on this next drive with 4:49 to go in the half.
how many times have they started on their side of the field? And most of the time we've seen them, I haven't seen them start on their side of the field much at all. It's almost like every time they play, no matter what, their defense keeps them on their side, which helps the offense get into the end zone a little quicker.
Yeah, every time. Spartans going to try to take advantage of it once again. Camden Page still out there at quarterback. Some score updates from around the region. Franklin Simpson leads Glasgow 7-0 at halftime, and at halftime between LaRue and Taylor counties, they're tied up 0-0. End of one between Edmondson and Metcalf. Edmondson County leads the Hornets 13-7. 1st and 10 for Page, who fakes the handoff, looks across the flat, and it's picked off! Logan County with an interception, back to the 50, and brought down at the Spartans' 47-yard line. On the INT, it's Cole Perkins, the freshman DB, who gets the pick.
Man, the freshmen are stepping up in this game.
Take a look at this, courtesy of Toyota Bowling Green. Ian Lewis with a perfect follow, and you just see the freshman cuts him off and gets the interception. That's the play you need to shift the momentum here with the Cougars trailing 28-7 with 4.5 minutes to go in the half. Logan County needed an answer, something to strike the momentum back in their favor, to get the breeze behind their backs. And what a way to deliver for the freshman, Cole Perkins.
That is exactly the way you want to get it started. That's how you get your team motivated and moved on.
4:39 to go in this first half. They'll run it again here to the right side, and what looks like a loss of 1 for the Spartans will bring up 2nd and 11. Or for the Cougars, excuse me. Cougars now moving right to left of your screen, or if you're watching on our live stream or listening over the radio waves, Spartans moving from left to right to score. Spartans are wearing their all-black uniforms and their black helmets with the gray metallic Spartans logo with the 2 swords crossed in the helmet, and the Cougars wearing their away white jerseys with those light blue numbers, light blue pants, those tall white socks, and the white helmets with the signature LC logo, as the Logan County offense, after that big interception, heading back over for 2nd and 11. Here's the snap. It'll be a QB keeper from Rogers, who trusts in his offensive line, and forward motion will be stopped for no gain for Luke Rogers. Bring up 3rd down.
Again, the Spartans are stacking the box. They're bringing everybody in. They're stopping any run play that they're trying to come up with right now. That looks like they're going to have to get it to the outsides or going to have to drop it deep.
So, loss of 1 and then no gain on the next for Luke Rogers. And the loss of 1, a run from Christian Helly, will bring up 3rd and 11. The Logan County freshman Cole Perkins with the interception, stopping that forward momentum, and Camden Page throwing only his 5th interception of the season off over 110 completions. Coming into tonight, as Logan County will call their 2nd timeout of the half. So we stay here with 2:57 to go in the half. 3rd and 11 on the way for Logan County. Perkins setting up the Cougars nicely. Hamp, what do they have to do to try to convert here on 3rd and long?
I think they're going to have to go to the air, but I also think South Warren's looking for that. So it might be a situation where they might do a reverse, a double reverse, an option maybe. But, again, South Warren's been sniffing out the option. They've been sniffing out the sweep. They've been sniffing out anything that's been going up the middle. So I think they just need to drop back, drop and throw it deep.
Now, you mentioned the to try to air it out, but they may be sniffing that out. It's going to be hard maybe to rely on that big play you had from Damani Goodlow and Luke Rogers on the 80-yard touchdown pass that they had before, because, I mean, you can see now here lining up down towards the bottom of your screen if you're watching on our live stream is the freshman J.B. McTire, who is pretty far away and separated out from the other receivers, but he's got protection here. Spartans not stacking the box like they have before. Dropping back is Rogers. They're looking to go through the air. He's under pressure from Butler, trying to break off. He's sending his receiver downfield, trying to run it himself is Rogers, who breaks out of bounds at the 40-yard line and comes up just 2 yards short, Hamp, it looks like, of the first down. But no, he's going to be called out of bounds actually at the 42, and that'll bring up 4th down.
If he'd have cut back in to the inside, he probably had a better chance.
So a 6-yard gain off the run there from Rogers. And it'll be 4th and 5 from the 43-yard line.
They're trying to draw the Spartans' defensive line off sides.
Spartans defense has done a great job of not falling for that all night long. Luke Rogers standing strong in the pocket, fires across the middle. It's intercepted by Riley Aller, heading back the other way, and he's brought down at the 31-yard line. Cougars and Spartans trade interceptions, and the Spartans got the ball back.
Ooh, that's how you do it right there.
2:40 to go in the half, and the Spartans answer back to what looked like the shift of the breeze with their own interception by 23, Riley Aller, who gets the interception there on that replay courtesy of Toyota of Bowling Green. Halftime nearing, and South Warren leads 28-7. Again, we remind you of some other scores around the region. It's halftime between Franklin Simpson and Glasgow. The Wildcats lead 7-0 at halftime, and about midway through the third quarter, LaRue leads Taylor 3-0. Here's the handoff to Boards. No, it's going to be Bell who keeps it to himself, fires it across the middle. That one's overthrown, intended for Griffin Reynolds. Incomplete. Will bring up 2nd and 10. I think Bell was maybe slightly ahead of himself on the pass.
He was with a great amount of pressure in his face too, but he did kind of toss that over his receiver. That last play though, Rogers threw in desperation a little bit there, but at the same time, it's like either we're going to get it or it's like a punt.
6th interception of the season for Luke Rogers through over 150 completions. A solid season of passing through the air for the sophomore quarterback, no doubt. Plenty of great years of airing out the football ahead of him. Here's Chase Bell dropping back. He's going to have receivers every which way as an option. Instead, he goes for the screen to Jameer Boards, who tries to slice and dice his way to the 40-yard line. Will get stopped at about the 39.
That was a good play by the Spartans. That was pretty smart by Bell, seeing this guy over there wide open for the option, or not for the option, but for the screen, and, man, just was able to get a few yards out of the deal rather than nothing.
3-yard pass completion to Jameer Boards, who has been tallying up the numbers tonight. He led the team in rushing last week and looks to be doing that again so far tonight. He's got a touchdown of his own and a couple of completions through the air, including a 41-yard house call, does Jameer Boards. As he's sent in motion again to the left side, looks like about the same play for Bell. He's trying to escape the pressure, and he gets sacked in the backfield.
And that is Cooper Parker on the sack.
Cooper Parker on the sack for Logan County. A huge play there for Parker. That's his 6th sack of the season. In what is, without a doubt, a stacked defensive team in 4A for Logan County.
They should just be called the sack attack.
Loss of 3 for Chase Bell there on the sack. And there is not a single member of the front 7, of Logan County that does not have at least a sack and a half on the season this year, as Parker just tallied his 6th, and the Spartans call a timeout with about a minute to go here in this first half. Their first of the half as well.
The Spartans are doing a really great job at the moment. Their defense is doing what they're supposed to do. The Cougars step it up just a little bit more, get a little bit more comfortable, understand that we're almost at the half. The game isn't over yet. I've seen plenty of times where teams were down 20, 30 points in the first half, come back, even it up, and then, it becomes a dogfight at the end. So the Cougars still have a chance, but the Spartans are doing what they need to do. The only problem that I see with the Spartans are these penalties that they keep getting. They clean that up, and it'll be a better game.
You can see the huddle there on the opposite side of the field where the Spartans are getting the 4-1-1 from head coach Brandon Smith and also offensive coordinator Ben Duncan, who has been such an integral part of this team's success over the last couple seasons, and especially this one where with a win tonight they would secure their 4th perfect regular season in program history. Only being and fielding a team since 2011, 4 perfect regular seasons, 2 of those resulting in state championships. and they'll look to do it again this year. 4th and 10, and the Spartans choose to punt it away. They'll have Griffin Reynolds back there to do it. This one arches way high. It's a rainbow. It's going to bounce at about the 30, and Spartans scoop it up there to keep it from bouncing backwards. It's Isaiah Bridges. Logan County will send their offense out to there. 50 seconds to go in this first half.
You know, we were talking about the district wins that Coach Smith has. He has one in 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A. You know what I told him it was? A class act.
Wow. A class act. Why didn't I? I'm disappointed in myself for not thinking of that. That's awesome.
Oh, man, yeah. He's done a phenomenal job, man. And to go 10-0 in a regular season, to another undefeated season, man, another winning season.
Yup. One of those also, 2015, I believe, being their first year, a class up as well. So this season, mirroring a lot of that in some ways. Christian Helly on the run that time for Logan County. It's like a gain of about 4 on the run for the Cougars, that time from Helly. Once again, Cougars trying to be quick. He's got time. Downfield, picked off by Bridges. And he's taken down at the 41-yard line. The pass was intended for Damani Goodlow downfield, and it's Isaiah Bridges who comes up with his 5th INT of the season, leading the team.
Man, I tell you what, that one just hung up there for him. Again, Rogers was throwing in desperation as he was being trolled.
Here's Rogers on the replay. You could see him fire it downfield and just slightly underthrown, a little more behind it, potentially could have gotten to Goodlow, who has been his favored target tonight through the air, but unfortunately lands right in the bucket of Isaiah Bridges.
And that's twice he's thrown off his back foot. He'll spin around, and then he'll lean back and try to get it off, but he's got so much pressure in there on him, man. He's just trying to get it up there.
South Warren back on the field once again after flipping sides with 24 seconds to go in the half. Camden Page back out at quarterback. He'll have 3 receivers to the left side, one to the right. It's Caden York who will be there to try to bail him out. York on the completion will step out of bounds just shy of the first down. It'll be a gain of 9 off the completion.
That's right. Get it to your playmaker. He knows exactly what to do and when to do it.
York was there to bail him out and decided to moonwalk his way, Michael Jackson style, out of bounds, just shy of the first down.
He said, so far it's been a thriller.
Look at the thriller, thriller night. It's going to be a thrilling 2nd and 1 on the way for the Spartans. 17 seconds to go in the half. Here's Camden Page, surveying, stepping up, looking to his right side. He's going to head out of bounds, and looks like he'll get no gain as he lands on the bench in the Logan County sideline. And
I thought he was about to roll over the bench for a second there, but he was stopped.
Caught himself, it looks like, on a bag of footballs that was sitting on the bench there. Kind of acted as a cushion. It's like a loss of 1 on that run for Page, and that'll make it 3rd and 2 for the first down. Here's Page. Alongside his left hip is York. Looking to his right side. Instead, flicks it to his left to York, who has space to breathe. He's past the first down marker and is continuing to drag multiple Logan County Cougars past the 45-yard line, and that'll be enough to shift the chains for a blowout first down.
I tell you, I wonder how much he deadlifts and how much he squats. Because I tell you what, he just drags players.
I'm scared to know, as the Spartans off that run lock in the early lead at halftime. It's the Spartans who hold strong through the first half, 28-7. Logan County going to look to find some momentum in the second half and try to strike back and dig into that lead. We've got a game on our hands here tonight, Hamp, and it's not over yet. And don't go anywhere, as we'll have your halftime coverage right here when we come back on your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week on the 7 Mountain Sports Network.
Gear up for spooktacular savings at Don Franklin Kia during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Qualified buyers can get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia Sorento models, or up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia K5 models. Treat yourself to thrilling deals at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
When you bundle home and auto, life can be easier. You choose coverage that makes sense for you, at a price that's right for you, and a local State Farm agent who's there for you.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
At Morgantown Bank and Trust, a home equity line of credit offers you flexible access to the value in your home. With 5.99% introductory interest rate for the first 6 months, all the cash you need is right under your roof. Call today.
Gear up for spectacular savings at Don Franklin Kia during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Qualified buyers can get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia Sorento models, or up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia K5 models. Treat yourself to thrilling deals at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
This isn't just bubbles, it's balance. Relax sore muscles, refresh your mind, recharge your spirit. Discover the best hot tub brands like Cal Spa, Hot Springs, and Free Flow at Aqualand on Campbell Lane. More than bubbles, it's balance. The emails can wait. The dishes can wait. Life feels better when you press pause. Find your escape with the top hot tub brands like Cal Spa, Hot Springs, and Free Flow. Available locally at Aqualand on Campbell Lane. Your backyard getaway awaits.
With State Farm Home Insurance, you can get the help you need from a local agent if things get complicated, and from our easy-to-use app whenever you need it.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
Gear up for spectacular savings at Don Franklin Kia during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Qualified buyers can get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia Sorento models, or up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia K5 models. Treat yourself to thrilling deals at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
At Morgantown Bank and Trust, a home equity line of credit offers you flexible access to the value in your home. With 5.99% introductory interest rate for the first 6 months, all the cash you need is right under your roof. Call today.
We know getting your car serviced isn't exactly your favorite thing to do.
That's why we don't treat it like it's just another job.
You want it done fast without cutting corners.
We get it right the first time.
You've got places to be.
So we move like your schedule depends on it, because it does.
Clear communication, no surprises.
Trust goes further than miles.
Toyota of Bowling Green.
We make servicing your vehicle simple.
This isn't just bubbles, it's balance. Relax sore muscles, refresh your mind, recharge your spirit. Discover the best hot tub brands like Cal Spa, Hot Springs, and Free Flow at Aqualand on Campbell Lane. More than bubbles, it's balance. The emails can wait. The dishes can wait. Life feels better when you press pause. Find your escape with the top hot tub brands like Cal Spa, Hot Springs, and Free Flow. Available locally at Aqualand on Campbell Lane. Your backyard getaway awaits.
When you bundle home and auto, life can be easier. You choose coverage that makes sense for you, at a price that's right for you, and a local State Farm agent who's there for you.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
Gear up for spectacular savings at Don Franklin Kia during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Qualified buyers can get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia Sorento models, or up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia K5 models. Treat yourself to thrilling deals at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
Welcome you back to halftime as the South Warren band plays and echoes the sounds of a Spartans lead as they hold on top 28-7 here at the half on your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week. Ryan Murphy, Big Hamp alongside, along with the rest of our Seven Mountains sports crew, Seth Daniel and Ian Lewis braving the elements to bring us plenty of awesome coverage on the cameras tonight. Matthew Clark, our producer-director here on site, making sure we get all the coverage out there and throwing things out over the live stream, whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook. It's been an exciting first half, especially for the Spartans, who have made multiple trips to the end zone with multiple different players, and that's where a lot of these key stats come into play. The Spartans have had arguably one of their strongest first halves of the season, or comparable to a lot of their big performances that they've had so far this year. 241 total yards in that first half for the Spartans, at least by our metrics anyway. 144 of those coming on the ground, 97 of those through the air. And then you look at your comparisons there on your screen if you're watching via our live stream platforms. Logan County only 94 passing yards, 80 of those 94 coming from a single play from Luke Rogers to Damani Goodlow, and then only 25 rushing yards. Most of those rushing yards, if not all, coming from the junior running back that is Christian Helly, who hasn't been able to get going tonight. He's going to look to try to change that here in the second half. Logan County currently huddled up and kneeling off to the right side of the field. Coach Adler talking to his team as it stands, but that's your halftime stat comparisons as well. You look at those turnovers, 3 for Logan County, only 1 for the Spartans. That 1 was the interception thrown there about midway through the second quarter by Camden Page, but since then they have cleaned it up nicely, and 2 of those turnovers for Logan County were interceptions thrown by Luke Rogers, the most recent of those coming at the end of that second quarter to end the half. But Hamp, what do you got defensively for these teams performance-wise?
Defensively, I got 3 on both sides there. You got Isaiah Bridges. He's been all over the field, and he caught him an interception. You got Riley Aller for South Warren as well. Interception all over the field. And Caden York, I'm just giving him this because he's definitely been all over the field, not only offense but on defense. He's just been everywhere. He's covering both sides. No matter where you look up, he's around the ball. Over on the Logan County side, you got JB McTire. That guy there as a freshman, I'm liking what I'm seeing out of him. I think I'm going to keep an eye out on him for the next 3 years and beyond. He's doing great. He's all over the field. He's got the most tackles right now by my calculations. Then you got Cooper Parker, who's also been all over the field, and just trying to keep things right there in front of Logan County. Cole Perkins, I'm giving him this freshman, because he did get the interception in the first half to swing the momentum and try to get Logan County going. So those 6 players there are the guys that I have seen that are standing out right now in defense. Now it's just trying to see what everybody else is going to do.
Now, Hep, you mentioned something that we mentioned in the pregame show, and we've mentioned it several times, the youth that makes up this Logan County team. They are so unbelievably young, but they're so unbelievably talented. You look at the starting offense, sure, they've got 2 senior linemen on that starting offensive line, but when you look at the playmakers, you've got Isaac Christian who's starting there at wide receiver, Jeremiah Washington who's starting there as well, Cooper Parker at tight end who also plays on the defensive side, but your stat leaders are all guys who are sophomores and juniors, most notably Luke Rogers, Christian Helly, Tyshawn Tomacek. You're going to have at least a couple more years. Some of the freshmen you've mentioned as well, including JB McTire. You're going to see these guys continue to develop over the next couple of seasons, and you're seeing it tonight, the playmaking ability that they continue to have. But South Warren has continued to showcase their playmaking ability. It led off with Caden York, who got things going with the 28-yard house call for the touchdown, just continues to shake his way off. I mean, you just can't stop Caden York. Like once he gets going, he's like a bull in a china shop. I mean, it's almost impossible to stop. But they didn't stop there. This time, got it done through the air to a 15-yard passing touchdown to Justin Capps, who stiff-arm drags a man into the end zone while reaching for the pylon. What a tough catch and a tough play there for Justin Capps. Another touchdown this time for Jameer Boards, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season, and if we're not mistaken, it's his longest, 41 yards all the way to the house for Jameer Boards, who just cruises about those last 10 yards or so. And this was a play that really felt like the wind was changing hands. Luke Rogers with the 80-yard pass. This connects with Damani Goodlow, who basically has a nice Sunday drive down the sideline into the end zone. Next nearest defender was maybe 15 yards back on that run. But South Warren would just continue to respond. Once again, Caden York, his 2nd trip to the end zone of the night, finds a shot up the B-gap to the left side and runs his way once again into the end zone in that second quarter. That would put the Spartans up 28-7 here at the half, and they just continue to impress and are looking to stay undefeated on the regular season in what would be the 4th time in program history, only since 2011. Head coach Brandon Smith looking to keep this impressive tenor through 12 seasons alive and going strong, as we've seen it do all season long. We'll step aside. When we come back, we'll continue with halftime coverage. We'll look ahead to the second half and also give you score updates from around the region right here on your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week on the 7 Mountain Sports Network.
When you bundle home and auto, life can be easier. You choose coverage that makes sense for you, at a price that's right for you, and a local State Farm agent who's there for you.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
At Morgantown Bank and Trust, a home equity line of credit offers you flexible access to the value in your home. With 5.99% introductory interest rate for the first 6 months, all the cash you need is right under your roof. Call today.
I want to buy this truck, man. This is perfect.
It is a beautiful truck. Do you want to see the inside?
Is it available?
Yeah, sure is.
Is it available?
I just said it was.
Hey, how many miles has it got on it?
Just over 30,000 miles. Still practically new.
But it's got rain on it.
What? Do you want to see the inside? Do you have any questions?
No. I have to think about it. Also, it has rain on it.
Selling your car shouldn't be a pain. Bring your vehicle out to Toyota Bowling Green and we'll make sure you get taken care of.
This isn't just bubbles, it's balance. Relax sore muscles, refresh your mind, recharge your spirit. Discover the best hot tub brands like CalSpa, Hot Springs, and Free Flow at Aqualand on Campbell Lane. More than bubbles, it's balance. The emails can wait, the dishes can wait. Life feels better when you press pause. Find your escape with the top hot tub brands like CalSpa, Hot Springs, and Free Flow. Available locally at Aqualand on Campbell Lane. Your backyard getaway awaits.
The band continues to play here at halftime to signal a Spartans lead of 28-7 over the visiting Logan County Cougars. At halftime, Ryan Murphy, Big Hamp, along with the rest of the Seven Mountains sports crew, joining you here as we continue our halftime coverage. Give you some score updates from around the region. Currently halftime between Russell County and Monroe County. Russell County leads 25-21. Halftime between Edmonson County and Metcalfe County. It's the Wildcats that lead that one 16-14. Our last update from LaRue and Taylor County, it was LaRue that led 3-0 midway through the third quarter. And our most recent update from Franklin Simpson Glasgow, it's the Wildcats that lead the Scotties 7-0 at halftime. That was our most recent update from about 20 or so minutes ago, and we'll continue to give you those scoring updates as they come in. Those are your most recent score updates from around the region. Of course, here at South Warren, it's the Spartans that lead 28-7, but it's Thursday night in late October. You normally don't see this. Normally we're playing on Friday nights, primarily because of Halloween. But still some teams choosing and opting to play tomorrow. Bowling Green being one of those. They will be on the road at Franklin County. North Hardin will be at Warren East. Union County will be at Greenwood tomorrow. And Barron County will also be at Allen County Scottsville tomorrow. So they will head down 31E. That'll be a short and easy drive for Barron County to take on the Allen County Scottsville Patriots, looking to still try to break into that win column this season are the Patriots under 20-year head coach Brad Hood. Barron County, of course, under second-year head coach John Myers, who are looking to continue the momentum from a successful year last season. And still, our most recent score update between the Scotties and Franklin Simpson. It's about midway through that third quarter, and the Scotties trail 0-7. Wildcats are currently still on top. Scotties trying to go undefeated for the first time in a long time, and it's been about, 13, 14 seasons since Glasgow has gone undefeated in the regular season. Glasgow, last time they did that, I want to say it was about 2013, give or take, for the Scotties. And if they manage to do so and come out with the win tonight, Glasgow, it would be the 8th time in program history that the Scotties have gone undefeated in the regular season in their 100 and some odd year history. Wow. for Glasgow, and under first-year head coach Jackson Arnett. But we're here at South Warren High School. Those are your score updates as we have them from around the region. Spartans lead 28-7 here at halftime. If you're tuning in with us here and you're not able to watch the University of Kentucky basketball game as they hosted Georgetown for an exhibition earlier tonight, that exhibition has ended. The final score, Georgetown with a decisive victory there. They win 84-70 over the UK Wildcats. Hamp, you looking at me shocked. I feel like we may all be a little bit shocked there.
Yeah, I
for
did
that
not
loss.
expect that at all.
Especially after the win against Purdue
Right.
earlier, the AP #1 team. So
I mean,
now it's like this is why AP polls don't change in the preseason half. This is why they don't change.
Facts.
This is why things keep shaking out. Both teams back on the field for warm-ups. We got about 2.5 minutes until we get back to the game action. I keep doing this little hand motion, Hamp, because I get the 6-7 thing stuck in my head. I said it earlier, and it took everything in me not to do it. I didn't mean to do it. I said it. Matthew Clark is shaking his head at me. I tried not to do it, and it just happened. It's second nature, okay?
It just happens.
When you're surrounded by young adults who do it consistently, it's hard not to do it. It just is. I don't know what else to tell you. But Logan County is gonna try to come out swinging in this second half. They tallied a little over 100 total yards, most of those coming through the air. Most of those air yards, 80 of the 94 coming from that single play from Damani Goodlow. And Logan County, think primarily, Hampa, and you noted it through one of the plays with Luke Rogers towards the end there when he threw that interception that was picked off by Isaiah Bridges. That, a little bit of a desperation throw, and you noted maybe the struggles of trying to come off that back foot for the young quarterback.
Oh yeah, he's got a lot of pressure on him, which the defense is supposed to do. The offensive line is doing their best right now, but just that Spartans defense is coming in there, stacking the box. They're moving in. They're doing what they have to do in order to cause that much pressure upon the quarterback, man. And as a sophomore, he's made some good decisions, and he's made some where it's like, but he's young, and people have to give him grace. He will get better over time, and he's playing a tough 6A team. I mean, you got to give him grace.
Tough 6A team, one of the best defensive lines in 6A.
I mean, period.
Point blank in the state. Not even just 6A, but period. Point blank.
So, I mean, you got a tall task in front of them, man, and they're doing their best. A lot of people did not expect it to go the way that it's going, me one of them. But, again, as I always say, man, the game is not over until that last buzzer sounds and we're walking across the field shaking hands.
Logan County doing some jumping jacks on their side of the field to get amped up in this cold weather for the second half of football. Spartans lead 28-7 when we get back to the action, but Logan County is not out of it by any means. The Spartans are going to try to keep their foot on the gas, but Logan County is going to be right there clawing at their heels to stick with the win. Music's jamming. There's a smell of coffee and hot chocolate in the air, a cool breeze coming into the press box here. It's football weather in South Central Kentucky, second half on the way. And we're glad to have you along with us here on the Seven Mountain Sports Network for your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week. It's been an exciting regular season. We've brought you all the action from Greenwood to the Smurf Turf to Warren Central. All of these programs and their exciting stories throughout the season. We've been able to bring you the action, and we're rounding it out here as the Spartans look to make another historic run, and Logan County trying to play spoiler. It's about 48 degrees. I wanted to say 50, Hamp, and of course it's going to be 40-something. It's 48 degrees.
Gosh.
If you could believe it. Honestly, with this window open up here in the press box, I'm starting to believe it.
Oh, my gosh.
Second half to get underway here at Logan County. This ball is tipped up and caught quickly by the Spartans at around their own 43-yard line. Book it there. Spartans, who won the coin toss and deferred to the second half, will make it 1st and 10 from their own 43.
Man, I know Logan County's a little nervous about what South Warren's got back there, but I think they need to start kicking it a little deep as they can get it anyway. I don't know if the kicker just can't make it that far, but I think they might want to start going a little deeper.
I want to say I believe that's their third onside kick attempt so far in this game. Camden Page back in with the lead at quarterback here to start the second half. Here's the screen pass to York, who goes down the near side of the field, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 48-yard line in Spartans territory. Gain of 7. So a gain of 7 for Caden York leads off the offense, and York led the first positive gain for the Spartans in the first half with a gain of 8. That time was a gain of 5. Here's Page, who's under a little bit of pressure, and finds Carter there to bail him out, who spins his way past the first down marker, shakes off one defender, and gets a huge gain to get inside the 40 of Cougars territory.
Carter coming through like a speedster there, coming across the field, catching that slant pass. Did a great job, man, getting extra yards.
It's about 9 yards there for Carter on that pass completion. This one handed off and ran up the gut for the Spartans. And that'll be enough once again to shift the chains for a blowout Coe first down. Another solid run there for Caden York. Looked like about 11 yards on that run. Inside 11.5 minutes to go in this third quarter. Spartans playing with a little bit of pep in their step to start this second half. Justin Capps checking in for the Spartans. He had a solid outing last week, a couple of touchdowns. 21 receptions on the year, over 400 yards, 5 tutties total. Here's 1st and 10 once again for South Warren. Faking the handoff is Page, who goes off in motion to the right side. That one's caught by Reynolds, who cuts to the left side, shakes one defender going for the legs, and spins his way and goes down about the 8-yard line.
Ooh, he could have went out of bounds if he wanted to, but he said, nah, cut it back inside, stay on the run.
About a 14-yard completion and gain there for Griffin Reynolds, who sets up 1st and goal from the 8. Page trying to call a man offsides there, but couldn't get that one. We've seen where this motion that the Spartans do has been called for false start. Not so much that time. 1st and goal from the 8 for the Spartans. Here's Page with York to his right hip. Surveying, Page under pressure, moving to his right side. He's going to hold on to it for a QB keeper, try to truck his way to the end zone, and he got it. Touchdown, South Warren and Camden Page.
Camden Page doing what he do.
Camden Page with the 8-yard rushing touchdown, his 3rd of the season on the ground to go along with 18 through the air. The junior, they call him greatness. And Carter just paving the way, laying out the runway for Camden Page to make his way to the end zone. He stood back. He knew his man was going to make the play. Great look, courtesy of Toyota of Bowling Green. Alan Alec on the way for the PAT. He's been perfect the last 3 straight games. And that one's up and good. No question about it once again for Alan Alec. An 8-yard rushing touchdown for Camden Page. Continues to extend the Spartans' lead 35-7 with 10:14 to go here in the third quarter. Logan County still trying to claw back as we take a break here on your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week on the 7 Mountain Sports Network.
Gear up for spooktacular savings at Don Franklin Kia during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Qualified buyers can get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia Sorento models, or up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia K5 models. Treat yourself to thrilling deals at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family. Gear up for spooktacular savings at Don Franklin Kia during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Qualified buyers can get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia Sorento models, or up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia K5 models. Treat yourself to thrilling deals at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
Welcome you back here to the 7 Mountain Sports Network. Your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week for the final game of the regular season sees the Spartans leading 35-7 with 10:14 to go in this third quarter. It's been a strong game so far for the Spartans, as once again this ball is going to go back and land in the end zone for a touchback for Logan County, who all but maybe twice so far this game have had a chance to return the football.
Yeah, that's what I was sitting there thinking right then. I was like, have they returned it for a kickoff return at all today?
Don't believe
I think
so.
they've got a couple of punt returns, but
yeah, I think that's all they've gotten though.
Yeah, they keep putting it in the end zone, which is smart.
They know they've got strong guys back there to return, notably Tyshawn Tomachek. We haven't been saying his name a whole lot tonight. In fact, now that I'm saying it, I haven't seen him in the starting lineup, and as I say that, I look straight down in front of me to the sideline. Tyshawn Tomachek is not dressed with the team, though he was marked as a starter for tonight's game. So unfortunate for Tyshawn Tomachek, who's had a strong year his sophomore season. It's like no gain on that run for Logan County. But Tyshawn Tomachek directly below us here in the press box is not dressed out with the team. He has his jersey on over sweats and was marked to start tonight. So the leading sophomore receiver for this Logan County team not being available could possibly be playing a role. Another run there for Christian Helly. It looks like another run of no gain that time for Helly.
Yeah, the South Warren Spartans are just clogging that hole up.
And that'll bring up 3rd and 10. 2 runs of no gain for Logan County to start this drive. And Hamp, I can't believe I'm just now noticing that Tomacek hasn't been. I noticed I've been saying Damani's Goodlow's name a lot, who wasn't necessarily noted as a starter, and he's been a key target for Luke Rogers tonight. And just now noticing that Tomacek is on the sideline and not dressed. So here's Rogers stepping up in the pocket, shaking off Malik Butler, and that one's thrown up in the air, and it's picked off by the Spartans. And it's brought down inside the 10-yard line. Takeon Darden with the interception. Rogers under pressure, tried to get the ball out and ended up lobbing it up and right into the bucket of Takeon Darden's hands. The junior picks him off and sets the Spartans up at the 10-yard line with another chance to score. If they score here, Hamp, it would initiate running clock.
I think, honestly, the sophomore quarterback was trying to get it out of bounds. He tried to throw it out of there, but the pressure, the hit at the throw, everything just wasn't lined up for him to get it out of bounds so they could have another chance. Fortunately for the Spartans, landed right into the hands of Darden and got them some yards right where they're used to being, right there in the red zone.
The front 7 for the Spartans on defense, continuing to add on the pressure to the sophomore quarterback as Chase Bell's in here, who fakes the pitch and has himself a one-way trip to the end zone, and a flag is thrown late as Chase Bell makes his way in. It looks like it's going to be on the Spartans. It was thrown in the direction of Chase Bell, and it will be a holding on the Spartans. So I want to say, Hamp, that's their 4th or 5th holding penalty in this contest.
But I didn't see it at first, but I did. I seen how he held him. He grabbed him by his shoulder pads on the inside, and it's almost like you can't see it when they block like that. Mm-hmm. And that's how we always was taught to block. Put your hands right up there, but if you turn them out, you grab that jersey a little bit, grab the inside, you can control them a little bit. But that ref seen it.
So that penalty will bring the Spartans back, and it'll still be 1st and goal. Here's the handoff to Boards, who is immediately under pressure in the backfield, and Logan County takes about 3 Cougars to bring down Boards. Gain of about 4 for the Spartans, and Jameer Boards, who has had a solid night in the run game. Young group of receivers, and in at quarterback, led by Chase Bell. Jake Carter to the left side. Here's the handoff to Boards, who's trusting his line, and now cutting off to the right side. He looks like he has space, dives into the end zone. And Jameer Boards with another touchdown on the night. Tally it up, run up the score to the Spartans. Fireworks signaling the sound of impending victory for the Spartans here about midway through the 3rd quarter as they lead 41-7 after that rushing touchdown from Jameer Boards. His 2nd of the night to go along with the 41-yarder. A strong outing for the sophomore running back. Allen Alec now on the way for the PAT. It's up, and it is good. Allen Alec completes the extra point, stays perfect, and has done so for the last 3 straight games, over 95% on the season is Allen Alec. And he continues that streak tonight of extra points. Running clock now would be in effect once the kickoff happens, and the Spartans lead 42-7 with 7:45 to go, and that running clock has now since been initiated. 7:40 to go in the 3rd quarter.
the South Warren Spartans are using the aggression of the Logan County Cougars defense against them. It's kind of like, again, I reference boxing because I love it. But it's like you got a guy coming at you. You let him wear himself out, and then you unload on him.
We're losing it. We've done this for 10 weeks. We can't do it. We can't do it anymore. We've done this for 10 weeks.
We're making faces and everything.
We're blaming Matthew Clark for that one. That ball's going to bounce down to the 5, and on the return here for Logan County is Elijah Sells, who gets back to about the 32-yard line, and Logan County will send their offense out onto the field from there.
Another shoestring ankle tackle right there.
Elijah Sells getting a lot of touches on the football tonight on either side, whether it's special teams. And as we say that, Sells just made his way to the sideline and quickly sat down. He is touching his right leg and seems to be feeling some pain. Coach Adler stepping over to look him over, but Logan County handing it off to Christian Helly, who's trying to slice, dice, cut his way up the inside and gets to about the 34-yard line for a short gain.
That was Kibawa on the stop right there.
George Kibawa, we mentioned him last week and how he's been stepping up in big ways for the linebacker group over the last couple of weeks for the Spartans. A couple of injuries plaguing this team. Joseph Fentress actually tore his ACL and will be out for the season. He was a key part of the South Warren defense, and we've got a run, breakaway. Christian Helly down the sideline, inside the 10, shakes off the defender, into the end zone. Christian Helly finally gets himself on the board, and you can see what it means for the Cougars.
He clicked that turbo button on the steering wheel, man. Nitro, gone.
Christian Helly found the space he needed down the sideline. Look at the gap created by his offensive line, and it's off to the races. Closest defender behind was Jordan Bird, who just couldn't get there. Christian Helly's got wheels, and he showed you why on that run to tally it up. 6 more points for Logan County. Extra point on the way for Caden Kirby, and it is good for Kirby. 2 for 2 on extra points tonight. We'll go ahead and step aside as Logan County starting to fight their way back, but it's the Spartans that lead 42-14 midway here through the third quarter on your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week on the 7 Mountain Sports Network.
Gear up for spooktacular savings at Don Franklin Kia during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Qualified buyers can get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia Sorento models, or up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia K5 models. Treat yourself to thrilling deals at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family. Gear up for spooktacular savings at Don Franklin Kia during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Qualified buyers can get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia Sorento models, or up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia K5 models. Treat yourself to thrilling deals at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
Well, it's Christian Helly who dug his way to the end zone, 65 yards to the house. He's been trying to find that breakthrough run all night long, and all it took was a little shimmy, a little shake, and a little bake to the left side, and he found some open grass down the left sideline. 65 yards to the house to tally 6 more points onto the board. Extra point was up and good, and it's the Spartans still leading 42-14, but Logan County starting to find some life here with about 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. This one's going to swing up to about the 40, where Aller will wave it off, and Spartans will send their offense back on the field.
Okay, that's better right there. That was a better kickoff right there. I mean, yes, it got to the 40, but that's farther than kicking that onside kick and risking. I mean, like, I'm expecting South Warren to just do a scoop and go at some point.
Yes,
it
could very well happen.
I'm just waiting for it.
Spartans over on their sideline. You see them there on your screen. Head coach Brandon Smith among them, talking things over, as well as offensive coordinator Ben Duncan, who we mentioned has been such a vital part of this team's success over the last couple of years. Jake Carter tonight continuing to rally up points, and at his own record, he set the receptions record last week against Davis County and tied the touchdown record on the season. As we've got a breakaway run here from the Spartans. A flag is thrown in the secondary. But it's Walker Summers with a huge run here to open up the drive. We'll see what the call is here. We're not seeing any hand signals yet, but there was a flag thrown late. Chase Bell is pointing downfield as if the first down should be theirs and that they won't have a penalty. Looks like a personal foul will be called against Logan County, so either way, they will shift the chains off a deep breakaway from Walker Summers for a blowout first down.
Frustration setting in just a little bit on a few of the players out there. I've seen a little bit of chippy arguments going back and forth here. Nothing big, but it is enough to, get underneath somebody's skin. What my buddy DC used to say is, he got your goat.
Walker Summers, first time he touches the football, and it's a 20-plus yard run for the freshman running back, who now lines up alongside the left hip of Chase Bell. He's got some great blockers, and on that offensive line, here's Bell. Handoff, they're going to hand it once again to Summers, who spins his way around for a short gain. It's like a gain of 3.
I mean, you got York, you got Bridges, you got Boards, you got Summers.
Spartans on the delayed snap won't draw the offside. Some score updates around the region. Most recent update from Franklin Simpson Glasgow. Wildcats lead 7-0 at the end of the third quarter. Here's Chase Bell on the snap. They'll hand it off once again to Summers, who runs it up the middle. Looks like potentially a gain of 1, could be no. They'll say no gain, it looks like, on the run that time. Nope, it will be a 1-yard gain there for Summers. 3 straight runs for the freshman 2-7, who hadn't touched the football all night until that 20-yard breakaway. 45 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Spartans just looking to run clock as they lead 42-14. Summers shifting to the right hip. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Chase Bell, the sophomore. Here's the delayed snap. Once again, they're going to rely on Summers, who has a breakaway up the A-gap, and he's tackled inside the 10. That'll shift the chains for a blowout first down.
Wow. They are moving the ball. It doesn't matter who they're putting in to run the ball right now. I mean, it's like I spend my summers in New York walking on the boards walk. I mean, that's what it seems like right now. They're just out there just doing whatever they want to right now.
And the third quarter timer will tick its way down and out, and the Spartans will hold on to the lead through 3, 42-14. But Logan County looking like they're starting to get some life, and we'll step aside and come back for the fourth and final quarter right here on your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week on the 7 Mountain Sports Network.
With State Farm Home Insurance, you can get the help you need from a local agent if things get complicated, and from our easy-to-use app whenever you need it.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
At Morgantown Bank and Trust, a home equity line of credit offers you flexible access to the value in your home. With 5.99% introductory interest rate for the first 6 months, all the cash you need is right under your roof. Call today.
You don't just work here.
You show up and you grow.
And to serve your customers well.
We're not just selling cars, we're selling careers and relationships.
Welcome you back here to the start of the fourth quarter. We missed the initial snap to start the fourth, and dirty laundry just started raining down all over the field, and it will be a false start on the offense. That'll bring back the Spartans to about the 13-yard line in Cougars territory.
What was beautiful about that as a defensive player is they tried to get the defensive line to jump. The defensive line, kind of kind of stutter stepped in there to him, but made 53 jump.
First and goal from the 13. Here's a snap. Here's Bell on the QB keeper. He's going to keep it himself. He's got some good blockers. Makes his way into the end zone. What do you know about it? Chase Bell into the end zone for a touchdown.
Finally got in there. Said, I got the one before. I need it again.
Chase Bell, his 8th touchdown collected of the season total. And it continues to pad the score here for the Spartans in the 4th with 6 more points for the sophomore quarterback on the QB keeper. Never had to worry about leaving his feet and gets in for 6. Spartans looking to go up 49-14 as Allen Alec set for the PAT. That one's up and again stays perfect. It is good. I almost feel like we don't even have to say it. Spartans lead 49-14. It's a 14-yard rushing touchdown for the sophomore quarterback, showing you why he's one of the top-ranked quarterbacks in his class. He's capable of getting it done in multiple ways.
Oh, yeah, having Chase Bell and then you have Page on the same team together, you can alternate those two. And man, it's a great game plan if you got something special like that. When you have 2 quarterbacks, 2 running backs, wide receivers out the wazoo, I mean, like you can pretty much do whatever you want if you allow them to play.
This team has had so much success under head coach Brandon Smith's 12-year tenure. Coach Smith has won, Hamp, 94 more games than he's lost. Almost 100.
That's crazy.
The win-loss record,
oh my gosh,
has got to be one of, if not, the best in the state for a 12-year tenured head coach with a single program. I'm curious to see what I've got to see what those numbers are, because I could almost think that there's nobody better through a 12-year tenure with a single program than Brandon Smith of the South Warren Spartans. And here's Logan County. Still time to go in this 4th quarter. Ball game is not over yet. They finally get a chance here on a return, and they get back to about the 17-yard line in their own territory. And Logan County offensive unit will head back on the field with a little under 9 minutes to go in regulation. Also some score updates around the region. Glasgow has all the starters in at the moment. 7 minutes left to play. And Glasgow now on the board, 6 minutes left to play. Our most recent update, Glasgow finally on the board late in the 4th quarter. They trail Franklin Simpson, who leads 14-7 over the Scotties. Glasgow trying to stay undefeated.
They're working on it.
Good game going on just down the road in Simpson County. They had to move the game. It was originally supposed to be at Glasgow, but due to weather, had to shift it to Franklin Simpson. And here's a deep pass downfield. That one will be incomplete. And a newcomer in at quarterback for Logan County. It's Cole Perkins, the freshman who we saw get that interception, is now taking snaps at QB.
Man, if Jordan, I call him Jordan, is it Jordan Bird? Is who that was?
Yes.
Yeah, Jordan Bird. If Jordan Bird would have turned around, that ball was coming straight for him. He kept running. I mean, if he'd have turned around and ran back toward the line, he'd have caught an interception.
A lot of young guys in now for Logan County. Tucker Stratton, also freshman, lined up out there at running back. He's in motion to the right side. They'll hand it off here from the Cougars, and forced backwards is Joseph McTire. Again, more freshmen. 3 freshmen in the backfield there off that snap on the offense for Logan County.
I think Logan County's looking at it right now as, all right, let's just get these young guys in. We have a whole playoff for 4A to start. Let's not get our guys out there hurt, injured, anything like that. Let's get them fresh and ready to go.
Spartans lead 49-14 with 7:15 to go. Running clock is in effect here at Spartans Field, and what looks to be a concise and exclamation point win on a perfect regular season for the Spartans. Logan County and their young guns trying to put some pressure on. Running away now down the field. This one thrown away and caught on the sideline by Rael Nzizi, the junior. Catches it on the sideline.
It was a good pass to him.
It was a good pass. If it was inbounds, would have been a great completion.
Looked like he was looking right at him.
I think he was eyeing him down. I think he was trying to fool him. He was like, hey, look, I'm going for this guy. Psych. Other side of the field.
Here you go, other side of the field.
Pat Mahomes.
Ooh.
Chuck to the other side. start doing like a blah, blah, blah or something, try to freak them out.
It is Halloween.
It is Halloween. You got to try to freak them out. You got to spook them.
Got to.
That will bring up 4th down for Logan County. It looks like they'll bring the punt unit out on the field. Play clock is off, so they've got the time here to send that unit out and send it back.
Looks like we got possibly JV freshman in now for South Warren.
Looks like it.
I think Logan County as well has decided to just play JV freshman the rest of the way through is what it looks like.
Looks like it here. Kipton McKinney, I believe, in for the Spartans in the secondary. A lot of young guns in, and jersey numbers we don't normally see out on the field. Back to receive is Dylan Fair, the sophomore for the Spartans, who picks it up and is still on his feet, shifting his way past the 45 before he's drug out of bounds by the Cougars at the 43.
The Spartans are like the Corvette plant. I mean, like they put it. It's like the same product. The running backs, same product. You're gonna get that. You got the quarterbacks, same product. You're gonna get that. You're gonna get your CRT. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like you're gonna get the same product, the same quality, no matter who they put in the game. And it's like when you give the opportunity to these young players right here, man. There's no telling what they can do.
No.
And Coach Smith, he gives the opportunity to all of them, man. And when they show out, they show out.
And that's not to say so much about this Logan County team. Arguably, their best season on record under head coach Todd Adler, his 10th season with the program. One of the strongest winning records as well in the region. 76 wins to 38 losses over his tenure. With the loss tonight, it would make 39. But still, regardless, one of the strongest years that they've had on record, and a strong run here for the Spartans as they continue to shake and bake past the 25-yard line, inside the 20, into the red zone goes Logan Cato, the junior running back for South Warren.
Ooh, that ball popped out at the end like magic, man.
So a big shift of the chains there from the 43 all the way to the 18-yard line.
Yeah, Logan County has nothing to hang their head down about today. They got a tough schedule, like you said, this past season, and they're getting ready to move into a tough tournament, and which I think they will do well in.
They will, I believe so. You can look at how challenging their schedule has been throughout the entire year. Arguably their toughest opponent being on the road at Paducah-Tillman, where they only lost essentially by a touchdown. Final was 35-27. That Logan County lost that one. They were band for band, as you would say, against Paducah-Tillman in the Blue Tornado. And here's the handoff once again for the Spartans, letting some of their young guys get some reps on the run inside the 10, still getting some aid from behind as the running clock winds down. 3:20 to go in regulation, and that was Cameron Granger, I believe, on the run there, perhaps. If that jersey number is to be believed.
Yeah, they swap them up every.
Could be. We could be seeing some of the JV guys out there. So we're just going by numbers based on our available roster we have.
I see that number 10 out there, and I was like, "Oh, Caden's back."
Well, there you go. That probably answers the question. Looks like Chase Bell is checking back in though at quarterback. They are inside the 10-yard line, so potentially going to look to Chase Bell to try to finish the job once again. He had a 14-yard rushing touchdown last time the Spartans rang up the score. 2.5 minutes to go in regulation, and I remember this happening earlier in the season, Hamp, for the Spartans, where they subbed in Chase Bell late in the game and inside the 10-yard line, clock winding down, not a whole lot of time. They didn't have to worry about score, just to see what Bell could do in that situation. And instead, with that 1st and goal, it looks like the Spartans are essentially going to take a victory formation here.
Sign of respect. Right there where they're at now. I mean, could have scored. Could have ran the points up more, but for what? Yeah. That shows you some respect that Coach Smith and the Spartans have for the Logan County Cougars, man. And I hope I hope the Cougars pull off a good one.
Now these two programs, two head coaches, you see oftentimes in every game that we've been to, there's a lot of respect for all the coaches around this area for each other.
Oh, yeah.
And the head coaches of these programs. But I don't know that I've seen two head coaches stand and talk to each other for a longer pregame than I did watching Coach Smith and Coach Adler tonight or earlier in the game. We got a quick replay here as Chase Bell looks down. This was pregame. Coach Smith and Coach Adler at center field just talking it up as old friends. And that's the respect that you see between these two programs. Both teams heading to center field.
They're calling it.
Final minute is winding down. The game is final. Time is on the clock, but the game is official. Spartans have their 4th undefeated regular season in program history. 4th in just 15 years, Hamp. 2011 was the first year the Spartans program fielded a team. And since then, they have had 4 undefeated regular seasons, 3 straight titles, 2 of those state titles coming in the midst of undefeated seasons. Could this year be spelling the same fate? Could it be writing to the tune of the same chord and the same tune that the band plays here to signal the sound of victory from Spartans Field? We'll step aside and be back for your post-game show right here on your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week as the Spartans take the win over the Cougars 49-14 on the 7 Mountain Sports Network.
At Morgantown Bank and Trust, a home equity line of credit offers you flexible access to the value in your home. With 5.99% introductory interest rate for the first 6 months, all the cash you need is right under your roof. Call today.
When you bundle home and auto, life can be easier. You choose coverage that makes sense for you, at a price that's right for you, and a local State Farm agent who's there for you.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
This isn't just bubbles, it's balance. Relax sore muscles, refresh your mind, recharge your spirit. Discover the best hot tub brands like Cal Spa, Hot Springs, and Free Flow at Aqualand on Campbell Lane. More than bubbles, it's balance. The emails can wait, the dishes can wait. Life feels better when you press pause. Find your escape with the top hot tub brands like Cal Spa, Hot Springs, and Free Flow. Available locally at Aqualand on Campbell Lane. Your backyard getaway awaits.
I want to buy this truck, man. This is perfect.
It is a beautiful truck. Do you want to see the inside?
Is it available?
Yeah, sure is.
Is it available?
I just said it was.
Hey, how many miles has it got on it?
Just over 30,000 miles. Still practically new.
But it's got rain on it.
What? Do you want to see the inside? Do you have any questions?
No. I have to think about it. Also, it has rain on it.
Selling your car shouldn't be a pain. Bring your vehicle out to Toyota Bowling Green and we'll make sure you get taken care of.
With State Farm Home Insurance, you can get the help you need from a local agent if things get complicated, and from our easy-to-use app whenever you need it.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
Gear up for spooktacular savings at Don Franklin Kia during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Qualified buyers can get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia Sorento models, or up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia K5 models. Treat yourself to thrilling deals at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
At Morgantown Bank and Trust, a home equity line of credit offers you flexible access to the value in your home. With 5.99% introductory interest rate for the first 6 months, all the cash you need is right under your roof. Call today.
This isn't just bubbles, it's balance. Relax sore muscles, refresh your mind, recharge your spirit. Discover the best hot tub brands like Cal Spa, Hot Springs, and Free Flow at Aqualand on Campbell Lane. More than bubbles, it's balance. The emails can wait, the dishes can wait. Life feels better when you press pause. Find your escape with the top hot tub brands like Cal Spa, Hot Springs, and Free Flow. Available locally at Aqualand on Campbell Lane. Your backyard getaway awaits.
Gear up for spooktacular savings at Don Franklin Kia during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Qualified buyers can get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia Sorento models, or up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia K5 models. Treat yourself to thrilling deals at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
Welcome you back here to South Warren High School, where the Spartans take a decisive victory to end their regular season, 49-14, the fourth perfect regular season in program history for South Warren in just 15 years as a program here in South Central Kentucky, and they'll march on to the postseason, where they will face Christian County next Friday night right here at home. They've got the highest RPI, high seeding in 6A, so that's going to give them the benefit there through the run of the playoffs. And as we go through the stats of this game tonight, it was a decisive victory for the Spartans, who had one of the best rushing performances they've had all season. 253 total rushing yards tonight, 373 total yards as a team. This is a team that's averaging about 360-ish yards per game, so they tallied that and just a little more here this afternoon. Touchdowns out the wazoo. I mean, you could see it from the final score there. And Logan County, unfortunately, but at least by our metrics, did not complete a pass in the second half and rushed for about 70 yards in that second half, rounded up to about 189 total and 95 total rushing, 94 total passing for Logan County. Not to mention the turnover margin difference, 4 turnovers for Logan County, only 1 for the Spartans, that one being an interception thrown by Camden Page, only his fifth interception of the season for Camden Page on 110-plus completions. So Logan County going to put this one to bed, move on to next week, where they will continue into their postseason. They've got a pretty decent RPI as well, so they will host a home playoff game where they will play Marion County next Friday night at 7 p.m. So we wish both these teams the best of luck. And we've looked at their offensive stats, Hamp, but how do they look defensively?
Defensively, the Cougars, man, they did get 1 sack. You know, they're used to being sack assassins, but they got 1 sack this game. They got 1 interception. The defense didn't do too bad. It's just the South Warren Spartans offense was just a little more powerful. And the South Warren defense decided, I'm going to keep my guys in there. I'm just going to say the whole defense, because the whole defense did exactly what they were supposed to do. They made all the stops that were necessary. You know, they slipped up a couple of times, but they always get right back in the groove of things and do things exactly the way they always do. Takeon, I'm going to add him to the list of interceptioners today, because he did get him 1. So we got 3 on the night for South Warren, man, and their defense did absolutely awesome. I fear for Marion County as they face a tough defense with Logan County.
Yes, they're going to have a tough challenge ahead, and Logan County going to look to continue the success they've shown here in the 10th season with head coach Todd Adler into the postseason in what could be one of their strongest runs of his tenure so far. Again, like we mentioned, South Warren will host Christian County, but for some scores around the region, Glasgow and Franklin Simpson just went into overtime. Start of the fourth quarter, the Scotties were trailing 14-0 and managed with 6 minutes left to come back, tie things up, and now head into overtime, tied up 14-14. So an exciting one going on down
Scotty run
in Simpson County. Into the third between Russell County and Monroe County. Russell County leads 41-28. Into the third between Metcalf and Edmondson. Metcalf County leads 28-16 over the Wildcats. And we also had a final from LaRue and Taylor, where the Hawks win 9-8 over Taylor County. That was a final from just a little bit ago. Again, more games will be going on tomorrow night. It is Halloween, but some teams opted to shift their games to tonight, including this one, where the final was 49-14. We'll step aside, and when we come back, we'll wrap up our post-game coverage and crown our player of the game right here on your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week on the 7 Mountain Sports Network.
Gear up for spooktacular savings at Don Franklin Kia during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Qualified buyers can get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia Sorento models, or up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia K5 models. Treat yourself to thrilling deals at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
At Morgantown Bank and Trust, a home equity line of credit offers you flexible access to the value in your home. With 5.99% introductory interest rate for the first 6 months, all the cash you need is right under your roof. Call today.
When you bundle home and auto, life can be easier. You choose coverage that makes sense for you, at a price that's right for you, and a local State Farm agent who's there for you.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
This isn't just bubbles, it's balance. Relax sore muscles, refresh your mind, recharge your spirit. Discover the best hot tub brands like Cal Spa, Hot Springs, and Free Flow at Aqualand on Campbell Lane. More than bubbles, it's balance. The emails can wait, the dishes can wait. Life feels better when you press pause. Find your escape with the top hot tub brands like Cal Spa, Hot Springs, and Free Flow. Available locally at Aqualand on Campbell Lane. Your backyard getaway awaits.
I want to buy this truck, man. This is perfect.
It is a beautiful truck. Do you want to see the inside?
Is it available?
Yeah, sure is.
Is it available?
I just said it was.
Hey, how many miles has it got on it?
Just over 30,000 miles. Still practically new.
But it's got rain on it.
What? Do you want to see the inside? Do you have any questions?
No. I have to think about it. Also, it has rain on it.
Selling your car shouldn't be a pain. Bring your vehicle out to Toyota Bowling Green and we'll make sure you get taken care of.
With State Farm Home Insurance, you can get the help you need from a local agent if things get complicated, and from our easy-to-use app whenever you need it.
Call State Farm agent Will Coker in Bowling Green today.
At Morgantown Bank and Trust, a home equity line of credit offers you flexible access to the value in your home. With 5.99% introductory interest rate for the first 6 months, all the cash you need is right under your roof. Call today.
Gear up for spooktacular savings at Don Franklin Kia during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Qualified buyers can get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia Sorento models, or up to $4,000 off MSRP on 2025 Kia K5 models. Treat yourself to thrilling deals at Don Franklin Kia, driven by family.
Welcome you back here to your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week on the Seven Mountains Sports Network as we wrap up your post-game coverage. Final score, Spartans win with an exclamation point to end the regular season, 49-14. And as we do so, it's time to crown tonight's player of the game. It will be brought to you by Warren RECC and NCTC, and we juggled with it for a minute. But considering how strong the rushing game was, last week we saw Caden York get it done in all facets despite not tallying up a ton of yardage. But tonight it is Jameer Boards who takes it home in 7 attempts for 78 yards and 2 touchdowns, at least by our metrics. He led the team last week in rushing yards and failed to get a trip to the end zone, and I think tonight he had one goal in mind, and not only did he do it once, he did it twice. A strong performance by the sophomore running back, Jameer Boards. Congratulations, you are tonight's player of the game, brought to you by Warren RECC and NCTC. For your high-speed internet needs, choose NCTC, powered by Warren RECC. It's fast, reliable service with a hometown touch. Jameer Boards, congratulations, you're tonight's player of the game for the South Warren Spartans, who took the win tonight 49-14. Some scores from around the region. Glasgow in overtime just scored, so they now lead 21-14 in what has been a thriller over the final quarter of the game as they now push into overtime. Franklin Simpson will now have their chance with the football from the 10-yard line to try to score. It took Glasgow all 4 downs. They'll see if they can do it again. Again, we remind you for score updates from around the region. Russell County, our most recent update from between them and Monroe. It's the Lakers at the end of the third who lead 41-28 over the Falcons, and into the third quarter between Metcalfe County and Edmonson County, it's the Hornets that lead 28-16 over the Wildcats. Those are your score updates throughout the region. 49-14 final here from South Warren High School. Big Camp, any final thoughts as we wrap up our regular season coverage?
Man, it's been an absolutely awesome season. I really enjoyed myself. I love being in here with you, Ryan. Man, it's just been an absolutely great season of football, and it's just, I can't say much more about it than that, man. I just love being around the guys, the whole team that's been here, Matthew, Ian, everybody, man. All our camera people have been doing great. people back at the station, everybody, man. I just love doing what we're doing right here, man. We're doing some great things.
So as we wrap up our coverage tonight, Hamp, I repeat everything you just said. What a phenomenal regular season it's been. We will be back next week to cover some postseason football here locally. We've got, I believe, 3 or 4 teams here, even just in the county, who will be hosting home playoff games. It shows you the strength of this region for football through the state of Kentucky. Just stay tuned to all of our channels. You'll see what that is here. Glasgow and Franklin Simpson coming down to the wire in overtime as Glasgow scored, and it's 21-14. And as we wrap up our coverage tonight, of course, want to give a huge thanks to our sponsors, Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia, Aqualand Pool and Spa, Morgantown Bank and Trust, The Blowout Co., Edmonton State Bank, Toyota of Bowling Green, State Farm agent Will Coker, and NCTC, powered by Warren RECC. It's thanks to them that we get to bring you all this awesome coverage with our multiple cameras down on the field, up on the top of the press box, our game camera that gets all the shots, and Ian Lewis, who for a lot of this season has done it. Seth Daniel, our game camera tonight, who brought you all the awesome shots. He's done it many times this season. He does a phenomenal job, as does the rest of our Seven Mountains crew. Matthew Clark, alongside our producer-director, who makes sure we get on the air tonight. Our man Dalton back at the station. And as we wrap up our coverage tonight, Matthew Clark's telling me to hurry up. For Big Hamp, I'm Ryan Murphy signing off for now as we end the regular season. It's the Spartans who take the win 49-14, and they stay perfect as they head into the postseason. We'll see you next week for the start of the playoffs right here on your Don Franklin Bowling Green Kia Game of the Week on the Seven Mountains Sports Network. Good night, everybody.